Yo, yo, yo. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Andrewcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate your attention. Before we get into the content of today's episode, I definitely want to get into our sponsor that I've been so graciously gifted, Roast House Coffee, located in South Texas. Now, you may be saying, Andrew, I'm not a coffee person. I like tea. I like drinking tea and honey and throw a little bit of milk in there. I'm trying to live my life. Look, I understand you're trying to live your life, okay? I understand you may not be a coffee person. I wasn't either until I got me some Roast House coffee. Now, Roast House was gracious enough to send me Liquid Thunder. Liquid Thunder is a fan favorite in-house blend made by the Roast Coffee House. It combines the bold, smooth taste of dark roasted Colombian coffee beans with a subtle hint of chocolate to top it off. You can't beat it, bro. Let me tell you a little bit more about Roast House. The Roast House is not your ordinary coffee shop. They roast freshly imported coffee beans from all around the world, in-house daily. Located in Brownsville, home of the brave, putting work in the street like a slave, Texas. Our mission is to bring the taste of the world into South Texas, one bean at a time. From popular flavors to in-house blends, we serve all natural, preservative-free coffee, espressos, teas, and other beverages. Homie, come on into our shop and enjoy a fresh cup of joe, or take some bean grounds home for your loved ones. So come get a fresh cup of joe, or come take some beans to go. You heard it here first. Take some grounds home for your loved ones to enjoy. And for those not living in South Texas, don't fret. Don't even worry about it. We will be launching an online store soon for coffee lovers across the world. You too will be able to taste coffee done right. Listen, folks, if you want some coffee, you want some high-grade stuff, you don't want to mess around with the Starbucks, right? You don't want to mess around with the Dunkin' Donuts. You don't want to mess around with the Wawa. You don't want to mess around with the McDonald's coffee, all right? You want to go straight to the house, the Roast House. Baby, Roast House Coffee. Look it up online. Look it up on Instagram. It's the newest. It's the latest. Thank you so much for sponsoring my podcast. Everyone enjoy today's episode. Love you. Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back. Episode 29 of Andrewcast. I'm here with the legendary Ryan Acuna. As usual, we got Sheldon Fogel, the all-knowing, joining us, the team, joining the episode. It's awesome. And the one and only Ronnie Clarkson, or as the internet better knows him as, Spettacomedy. He's a meme lord. He's a comedian. He's also a parody songwriter. And he's in the building today. Thank you so much, man, for coming and being a part of this.
Thanks for having me on the cast, guys.
Welcome to the show. No problem.
This is cool.
A lot of titles you got there.
Oh, dude.
There are a couple things. There are a couple things popping off. I got ideas. Got things coming.
That's cool, man. I would definitely want to start off just by asking you, as far as Spettacomedy, the Instagram page, it's got like over 11,000 followers
Yeah, dude,
now.
hit 11K, so it's really cool because it's like I something that I never thought I'd ever have, a bunch of files. That's what everyone wants when you do your things, But it's it started before that because I was always able to do it, but I never really did it. Was kind of in a situation in my life where I was like kind of down, like I'm not doing anything, I'm not doing what I should be doing. Made an Instagram. Well, I had one, just changed it. Made a video that day, and then I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this every day. And then I was like, yo, people don't like my videos.
You started making like
Yeah.
multiple memes.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's funny because like it's like I basically came out in the game and I had like 50 followers or whatever, and I just would like post pictures of just like dumb things I found. I was like, yo, this is like what people think is funny. It's just like dumb stuff.
Right.
But then people didn't like it, so I was like, okay. So I had to like kind of rethink. I was like, yo, what is funny? So then I was like trying to make like the videos. But then I realized like it works about it. Like you need engagement. I didn't have engagement. Like I didn't know how to do anything. So I was like, okay. So I was like, it's memes. I was like, oh, it's memes. That's it. So I knew Photoshop because I learned it, and I just started knocking them out, just kind of feeling good. I would spend hours a day, like, and I was like, you know, like this is cool, like, because it's like I was in a rut. I was like, yo, like this, like life kind of sucks. Like, what am I doing?
Right.
At all? Like I'm wasting all the talent I guess I've ever had. And then now it's like I'm kind of doing a thing, and I kind of have like a weird number that shows it because it's got a K next to it, but it really at the end of the day like. Just a bunch of people that just.
Dude, I'd say
it's
I wouldn't underplay it, man. I'd say it's impressive.
Yeah, but you know what though? Because now I tasted it, so now like it's nothing. Like that's the thing. Like, and I think that's like it's the coolest part of it, but it's also like kind of draining too, because it's like, I mean, first thing I think when I wake up, yo, what can I make today? But then it's like halfway through the day, it's like, yo, I didn't make anything yet. Like, oh my god.
That's
what were you gonna say?
I just think that's interesting that you turn to memes. You know, some people are like, I'm gonna start working out every day, or I'm gonna really focus on my career, and you're like, I'm gonna make memes.
Well, that's what I did. Like, I did comedy. Like, I was, I always did. This was like this meme thing. This is 2 years old, not even fresh. Like, before I did, like Drew said, I did music. I did like everything. I did improv.
How long were you doing improv for?
I was on an improv house team at the Philly Improv Theater. We had like a 2-year run. We were called Outside Voices. Like some of the best fun I've ever had.
Yeah.
Like I mean, it was nine people that became like your best friends, and you went up on stage and you made stuff up, and you believed in each other, and everything everyone said was true. And it's like, okay, so it's just like cool. And I had that, and then that light died. You know, you get you know, it goes away. It goes away. You know, so like you know, you have your run and ends. I didn't get recast. I just didn't have the right stuff, you know, and really just lost all talent I've ever had, and just really fell apart as a human being. And
Bro,
no. So no, I think I'm joking. No, so that's the thing. Like I had that.
This is the comedy part, by the way.
That's
how the rut happened.
Yeah. So now I'm working on my acting just in case. Always, I'm always ready to lie. And but no, that's like that. I mean, that's what it is. No, that's what it is. Like it's like you have like a thing. It's like I realized like that was like, dude, that was like heroin. Like when you get on stage and like people laugh at your stuff, like yo, what? Especially when it's improv, it's like yo, you're just making it up there. Like stand up is cool. Like I would want to try it. I don't want to sit down and write it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like I don't know. Like, but I have so much respect for those guys because like yeah, you guys are telling the same jokes over and over and. You're making it fresh every single time. Like,
right.
That's so crazy. Like,
yeah, I mean, I feel like they need to deliver it like it's new to them every time, and like kind of react in the same way. Like I look at, I don't know, maybe it's not right to bring him up right now, but I used to love Louis C.K. Still kind of do in my heart.
I know you're talking.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like just like with everything that's happened with him, it's kind of been a little taboo recently. But just the way he would deliver,
that's
and sometimes he would just like start cracking up at his own joke.
Yeah,
at the
but
right
it was good.
time.
Like you were laughing with him.
At the time. Bad person, but at his style worked. Okay, like that. Yeah, absolutely. Like,
but what I'm saying is that. You know, it always seemed new. It never seemed like he was just kind of saying it over and over again.
You're not phoning it in. Like that, and that was like the cool thing. Like, that was the cool thing about improv because it's like you weren't allowed. Like because I'll tell you what, if you even thought the same thought before, probably feel bad about it because it's
really
that newness, that freshness. Like you want it to be, it has to be pure. Like
you don't have time to think.
No,
about
you don't.
previous
No.
jokes.
You don't think. You feel, and you do. And the cool thing about it, like especially being with a team, is like. That's such a weird. That's not weird. That's such a crazy cool community that people don't understand, because unless you're in it, like
the improv. You're saying.
Yeah, the improv community. Because like it's a bunch of people and they say you're just doing make 'em ups, and like people are like weird and they just get on stage and just act like little kids. But like everyone that I've ever dealt with, talked to, shared an idea with, showed a song to, here's this, here's that, support. Got your back, you know. Always, if it was criticism, it was constructive. It was always fun. Like everything, you walk in and it has a certain energy. Not many places. I feel like not many places or outlets, especially comedy wise, have that like they did. Like I just don't feel like. I mean, I've never been in a community like that, so like it's pretty dope. So now it's like. Now I'm on this stupid internet world where like I have like all these really cool engagement groups, but like man I need flash, you know what I mean? Like I need breath, you know, like I need it.
The likes aren't the same as the instantaneous laughs that you're getting on stage, man.
No,
it's a different energy.
And the likes, I mean, we could talk about engagement and all that stuff because it's changed, especially over the last couple of months. And all your big meme makers will tell you, you know.
Who are the big meme makers?
No, so all right, me no. So obviously like we said, I started in the game. I was making trash memes. I was like, yo, I'm gonna make stuff that like girls like, and it would like at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
and be like, you know what I mean? And then like share it
Trevor,
with
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
like, share it with Shannon. But it was like cute, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
but it's like it was cute, but it was like horrible. Like it was like it was like borderline like just I love the innuendos and I love 4 jokes in one joke and like so. But I would do that kind of stuff and it just didn't do anything. But it's like kind of just got that in like that mood. So then I started to see like who was popping, like what is funny, and it's fake products.
Yeah.
And it's made up cartoons, and it's made up this, and it's taking what exists and creating something else. And I saw, I'll say 3 accounts because they my boys. Adam the creator, the creator, Sean _ Speezy, and meme.gourmet. Like, they just do all. It's all original Photoshop, 100%. And the groups that I'm in, they all make their own. Like they all make original content memes. Where it's like you'll see like, a lot of your Daquans and your world stuff. That's all repost. And it's
the
like
Fat Jew is one of them, right? And he just takes a
That's
whole
it,
bunch.
man.
Of...
And it's like a lot of these people, like I love y'all, but they'll take just a picture they saw before and they'll just recaption or that. Like
Did
I
that
said,
happen?
captions everything.
I heard
Not
that happen
even
with you.
credited.
Yeah, and sorry to talk over you. I heard that happen with you in World Star, right?
Dude, I don't care.
Or something happened.
Bro, yeah.
Was it the Littlefoot one?
Yeah, so the Littlefoot blew up, dude. So like the
Littlefoot
Littlefoot was like
landed for time. Littlefoot.
yeah. So Littlefoot, yeah, that
he
was
made a
Littlefoot.
He made a
Yeah,
Littlefoot
yeah.
My
meme,
boy.
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you could probably pull it up on the. I should have had the thing for a rest.
It doesn't matter.
Comedy.
I'll pull it up on that in the
long story
episode.
Is it
Sure.
on Spettacomedy?
It is. It's on there. So like, yeah, that blew up. That went to like Facebook and was made into videos, and like you would click on the picture and then a video would play, and it was like just had like sparkles, but then they would take my watermark. I was like, yo, it's cool, but it's like, man,
Why do you
if you
think
don't have an
people do
original
that?
idea, like if you don't have an original idea, like at least be like, yo, like.
What was
This guy
the
made it.
numbers on that when they
Worldwide,
took it?
right now, worldwide, dude, we might be in the millions. I don't know. We might be in the millions. I don't know. I might not. I'm like jokingly, but I'm not. Like that could have collectively between views, likes, and shares, like 1 million human beings could have went like this. Hell yeah. Like yo, but to be fair, like that's all we get. Like,
But why
but
do
that's
you think,
all I get.
Why do you think they do that? Why do you think they take your watermark off? They want to pass it off as their own. I mean,
A lot of people-
and millions of people have seen this. Give them their what'd you do? The thumbs up. The
Yeah.
millions of people have given these thumbs up. Clearly,
mean-
not everyone made this meme.
It's okay. Like it sucks, but it's okay.
I'm angry
like,
for you. I'm angry for you.
It's cool, man. I was upset for like 3 seconds, and then I looked up, and then the clouds were doing this. You know what I mean? And I was like, "Yo,
Oh, yeah.
it's
Oh,
spinning,
yeah.
all right." And it's like whatever. But it's I just went right back to work, like, and that's like I make the joke, like every pick could be the next one. Everything you make could be the next thing. Like you just have to keep doing it. Like I make pictures sometimes when I know it's not even gonna be anything, but it's like I just have to make this joke. I just have to do this. I just have to I have to give you guys something to think about or something to feel or something to like I just smirk on or tap.
How long is the process that it takes you to like from
Depends-
the idea? Do you like write it down, or is it just an idea and then you go straight to Photoshop?
So first of all, like it's like constant. Like it's like every second of every day is like what, because the world is just like what the heck, dude? Like why? Like this stuff, the jokes write themselves.
Right.
Like I don't even have to do it.
Like this whole
And then-
Kanye stuff probably has you in a treasure trove.
Well,
Oh,
it
wow.
doesn't because I'm not getting into it. But his most recent rant, has me questioning a lot
Are
of
you
things.
talking about the one about
what
he said after 400 years
Yeah, so,
slaves
yeah.
chose to be slaves.
Yeah, it's
So
a-
yeah,
it's a choice.
so hey, everybody makes mistakes, you know, and they talk really fast and dumb, and it's okay, dude. It's okay to make mistakes, but I just whatever. He's just a silly guy, and sure, I like making fun of it, but like it's like the Bill Cosby thing. Like man, like I could have ate that alive. Like I had 7 ideas just looking at it, but it's like you have to look at the whole picture. It's like I can't touch that. Like and
Because everyone's
somebody
touching it.
and somebody said to me like, or not, it's not everyone touches because of what it is. It's because it's the R word. At the end of the day, it's because he's R-ing people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like with this Kanye thing, like I got a message and she's like, "Yo, like, are you up on this?" And it's like somebody that was like real upset about the Kanye thing, and I'm like, "Yo, like, I am, but I can't. I'm not gonna make a joke about him saying something about slavery because there's no payoff there for me because at the end of the day, like, it's so stupid."
Right.
To where it's like, so what I did was like, how can I flip that? So then you get to have fun, and then I did the picture I did today, so it's like what's
Yeah,
on his
with
mind,
the brain.
and it just breaks down everything else around it, so that you could maybe lead him to that point, or maybe have that. But then it's like, what else is in there? So like you try to hide those 4 jokes. So it's like, let me take that one thing, like it's really just he's messing up, and that really comes to I learned a lot of that from improv, is where like if this is true, what else is true? or like yes and, or like okay, what else? Like
Right.
this world, like let me establish this base reality is okay. So Kanye's a freaking idiot, and he's talking about this and that, and he's okay. So what else is he talking about? Okay, what else is he doing? Oh, what if he did this? Oh, and then you have 7 ideas in your email, and then you fight yourself to pick one because
Right.
they take 3 hours to Photoshop. You know what I mean? But that's it's cool. Like it's cool.
Hours, man.
But yeah, no, it's
Did I hear you say that people DM you ideas or?
no. I
news?
welcome it. I welcome it. Like I really feel like I should. I want to. I don't feel like I should. I will now because I'm saying. So I thought about. I was gonna put in the story like, hey, like how can I be better? Like when people will message me. And they'll like, some people are like my fans. Like I to you guys that I talk to all the time and whatever, and I know that I'm talking about you. Thank you guys. I appreciate the hell out of you. They come with ideas. They'll message me, I think this is so funny. You'll probably think it's funny. It's like, and sometimes it's not. But you know what? It's freaking cool because there's these people that are out there living their lives that like they know right now every single day like Spetta's gonna make a thing and do something. Spetta's gonna drop it. Like people actually are probably thinking like, what's he gonna do next? Like, that is dope.
Yeah.
Like I don't know where they live.
But they know you.
They know
They
me.
know you,
They
Spetta.
know me. They know what these hands do.
And they really do because on your account you not only post memes but you kind of post a little bit of your personal life too. I mean you post pictures of yourself actually and stuff that you do. You know.
I mean there's meme lord. I just want to say like maybe content creator. Like I just like that's what you really look at. Like so like Funny or Die or Comedy Central or Ellen Show or whatever the hell if you're watching this like I will make.
Or even Adult Swim.
No, like that's the thing. Like that's what what it is. Like
that'd be
like
awesome.
we're just people that just we just love to create. Like and like I said, like those counts that I named, like they do it every day. Like they have all this set. They have the 100,000 followers and they do it and it's cool because like, they brought me in and they talked to me and it's like like they're like they went from my idols to my friends and it's like I can be that for someone too. Like I try to put people in groups and like, but it's just. Community's dope and it's like I said to create every single day. And just like, what can you do next? It's like, it's where it's at, man. Just look at the news. It's like there's 10 ideas right there, bang, like right off the bat. Like,
So do you watch news every day? Try to find ideas.
Reddit. I go on Reddit every single
Reddit,
day. Yeah, that's
okay.
what everybody does. That's how the world works. I just recently I was like, I should go on Twitter Explore.
What is that?
Just like hitting the search thing on there
Yeah.
because
It's the
because
top
like
trending things.
whatever's everyone
Okay.
talking about on Twitter, like that's like
I don't really use Twitter. A
I
lot
see
anymore.
Sheldon on Twitter every day.
I'm like at a touch like
20,000.
I try to like well before I did Spettacomedy, like I had a life that I basically went back and deleted the last 7 years because it's like like not like that's not me or it's like I did horrible things and was like the biggest piece of trash. And I was like I just wanted to like restart my whole comedy, my whole brand. You know what I mean? So it's like the Twitter now. I'm like I forget what I'm doing. Like I'm just fresh back in. Like I got like 90 followers. Like I'm nothing.
Yeah.
Like a little boy, but like check it. And then the Graham Explorer, dude. Just look at like what people like.
It's trending.
What a lot of times like people these jokes for Instagram, dude, like I'll spend time hiding one. People don't like people won't look. Like they just it's surface. So if you have one that even looks like one that existed, it's gonna automatically give you that chance to like let it pop. So if it has Little Pump's hair and everyone's doing Little Pump, like they're just gonna look at it. Or if it has like that like that rock thing that's out where he's holding the baby. Like you can put anything in there now. It doesn't matter because
Or
it
like
has
the
it.
Avengers thing now, where everything's disappearing. If it looks like that, you're
It's
saying
you just know, like it's freaking it's dope, man. It's like but it's fun to be like it's fun to see it, and then now it's like a race. Now it's like a race for like because like I guess if you wrote jokes back in like the '80s, like you told them and no one found out about your jokes unless like you're on TV or something.
Yeah.
But now it's like people know your jokes like right away,
Right.
and you see what everyone else makes, and it's like oh man, like then when you see somebody like they make the jokes, kind of like I think I can make it better. It's like where it's not pretty enough, so maybe I'll make it prettier. So now I'm kind of like a bad person, like I'm stealing, but I'm an artist, darn it.
yeah, you change the color.
steal.
Gotta eat.
Yeah, we
It's
steal.
different.
Yeah, no, you steal. I mean, every day you wake up. It's like, what can I make? Give these thumbs. What can these thumbs touch? You know, and it's nonsense, guys. It's nonsense.
Yeah, well, isn't there a saying like good artists emulate, great artists steal?
It's something like that,
Something
and then I
along
think
those
somebody
lines.
says Picasso, so I googled it, but I don't think Picasso.
Someone just
said
made
it.
that up.
It's like it's one of those things where it's like, yo, if Picasso said this, it's true. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it's like I don't know. shots go in the net, Larry Bird. It's like, well, yeah. Like, yeah, okay.
Thanks, Larry.
But if like JaVale McGee said, I'd be like, do shots go in? Like,
For you?
do shots fall? Like, do you shoot? You know what I mean? It's like, it depends. Like, so, yeah. But you know what? Picasso's right. Steal.
There's a book I was hearing about on the podcast called "Steal Like an Artist," and basically it was talking about that.
that's all good.
How you know
want it back?
everybody
Just go down.
everybody who's anybody that does stuff that's creative, they are influenced by someone else. So it's not stealing if you start off trying to emulate someone successful and then you come into your own later on. I mean,
Well,
everybody does that.
Where's the line though? Where's the line?
I mean, the line is you have to establish. I feel like if someone looks at my work,
I just came across an Ellen meme. Thank you.
I feel like
that's sexy. That's sexy
it's
right
just-
there.
it's just
Ellen's
not-
been taking care of herself.
it's actually photoshopped image. That is not real.
Could have fooled me.
Okay, so for
I
people
use-
who are listening to this on iTunes, I'm looking at a meme that Ronnie made. Said Ellen DeGeneres looks amazing for 60. And it's
He's on top of
Ellen
Kim
DeGeneres.
Kardashian's body.
yeah, it's Ellen
Yeah,
DeGeneres.
that's because I've been
face
trying
on
to
Kim
get Ellen to
Kardashian's
see
body.
at least one friggin' thing I made. I made like
Why Ellen?
because if you go on Ellen, that's it.
Yeah,
That's
that
it,
was-
dude.
Who's
The
the guy from Temple?
the guy from
just
Temple.
went-
Dude, I'm gonna tell you right now.
he was
Ellen-
actually over my apartment the other day.
God, yeah, she was. Well, tell him to call. Anybody put me up?
Are you kidding
And you
me?
didn't.
No, he's really good friends with Jameson.
Yeah,
my
well, is he
roommate.
real good friends with
Let's get him
Ellen?
on.
Yeah, dude.
Can we get him on?
He went back to L.A., but when I mean other day, I mean like a few weeks ago. So he came in Philly for a little bit. He was over. I forget his
Skype
name.
call.
He's
Oh,
a food reviewer.
I know who you're talking about.
My
mom loves
That's it.
He's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay.
But yeah, if you can get on Ellen, dude, I
Yeah.
mean, that's it. That's
Oh
freaking
shit!
it.
Right.
31,000.
That was
incredible.
that was
Holy
back
shit.
when engagement
Is that
was a
one
thing.
your
Oh my
highest?
God.
No, I think my highest did like 50,000. I've had some that like were blowing up and then they'd get deleted. 'Cause
Ryan's
people
just
get angry.
laughing.
Like I had
It's funny. I don't know.
like a lot of my memes and you'll see like it's like, man, what's Ronnie doing right now? What's Ronnie watching? Oh, Ronnie's watching The Office right now. Oh, Ronnie just
Land
started
Before
this.
Time.
Like there's always Sunny in Philadelphia memes coming because I'm on season
Yeah.
5 now. Like get ready. So now, oh god, I just lost my train of thought because I'm thinking of Frank Reynolds coming out of the couch. I don't know. If
Oh
you've
my
seen
god!
that.
Yeah, was that the
Yeah.
Christmas special?
I don't know, dude, because I didn't see the episode yet, but I had
my
there's like
God.
all right, so I'm just all over. But there's a picture of lifting his shirt up, a little kid,
Yeah.
and it says like choose a nipple. So I was like trying to find like a celebrity or someone that's like doing the same thing, and I just couldn't find him. I was like, yo, how funny would it be to have like Danny DeVito shirtless? And then I found the gif of him coming out the couch, and I was like, yo, why have I
Wait,
not
so you
seen-
haven't seen?
I haven't even seen the episode
All
yet,
right, I
dude.
won't
It's
spoil it for
yeah,
you,
please
but
don't, because it's unbelievable.
It's a good one.
Do you also get some of your like humor from Curb as well? Because I can feel the Curb vibe. Curb enthusiasm.
I love Curb.
Yeah,
Seinfeld,
Curb.
Seinfeld, Curb, man. That was Seinfeld. I think Seinfeld was like one of the first shows I really just truly loved. Like
That's a
even
That show's immortal. It doesn't.
yeah,
get old, man.
it's
For me, because I always hated Seinfeld. Like growing up until college, I was not a fan of Seinfeld or Friends, and I still hate Friends. But then I finally.
Ryan looks like
All
he's.
right, that's a show. That's
Ryan,
a show.
Ryan looks like he's about to
No,
explode.
because dude,
Continue.
I don't think Friends is ever.
It's
funny,
too safe.
but-
It's too safe.
Way too safe.
It's too safe. and it took advantage of a time slot and a cast of
This
of
90
attractive
sitcom is
ladies.
too safe.
And-
Seinfeld called a character a soup Nazi. 40
I've
years
never
removed
watched
after the
Friends, so
war.
I have no input.
See, but Seinfeld's writing is brilliant, and
No,
it's
brilliant.
and
And
it's
then Curb is not safe. Curb is just those jokes land and they are
it's
funny.
to quote Michael Scott, it's Seinfeld on steroids, as he'd say from The Office. Because I just finished The Office and it's unbelievable.
Wasn't the
I
character
slapped, man.
George based off of
Larry
what's his
David?
name?
Yeah.
Larry David.
Larry
And that's the
David.
thing. Like I remember when I was in high school, when it was like you're in your theater class, which really wasn't anything, but it was like your theater class, and it was like I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So we were reading scripts, and the teacher one day he's like, "Yo, I want you guys to read the script." And we're reading it, and like I'm having like a ball, man. Like really into character, and it was about literally nothing. And we finished the scene, and goes, "So that was a exact script from Seinfeld." And I was just like looking at it, and I was just like, remember like
Show about nothing.
I'm like, yo, like this cast is unbelievable. Like that's like, and that is just like, man, like whereas like you put the cast of Friends in that situation,
They can't act.
they can't act like
Well,
that.
Seinfeld it's observational humor in its purest form, where it's trying to take your everyday experiences and show them how actually silly they are, even like the bad things that happen, you know? And I think that's how a lot of people relate to it and why the longevity of it was so great. But you're right, the cast, without that cast, that show would be nothing. Like, it was a perfect cast.
Could you plug someone else in and we'd know it? Because that's, I mean, that's
Michael,
not our
Michael
universe.
Richards.
That's, you know.
Michael Richards. You don't think of anything else of that actor besides, first off, his explosion in the store, but then the other one is that character. You know, it's immortalized just like Carlton. You know,
it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, it's dude, and
I'll say
we appreciate
the
it.
closest show that might have came close to replicating it was How I Met Your Mother, but it just during the later stages of How I Met Your Mother, it just wasn't that good.
I never honestly.
Why do you say that though? Because that had
they both remind me, because
they're
both kind of like, because you know Seinfeld is called The Show About Nothing, and How I Met Your Mother, the goal is how, you know, he's telling the story of how he met his mother, but over 9 seasons, like, it was just day-to-day life activity, whatever they were doing, and how they could flip it. How he's telling the story about telling his kids about first time he smoked weed in college, but he didn't want to say bong rip, so he turned it to Subway sandwiches. So, and in the flashback, you see them eating a foot-long Subway sandwich, and then he's just like, so good.
Oh God,
so
that's actually
like,
really cool, guys.
Yeah, so it's like the little minute jokes, and they run with them.
They're the best jokes in the world, dude. They're the best jokes ever. They're the because it makes everything worth watching.
You mean the ones that build on themselves?
Not necessarily. Well, yeah, build on themselves great, but I mean like just like little baby jokes
The ones
that do
they
it.
are
Like
what they are.
like it just needs to be like if just like the littlest things, little in life, man. Little things always equal the biggest things. Like when you really at the end of the day, man, it just.
Are you a Arrested Development fan? I love that show. Love that.
Saw the tweet yesterday. He left a note. Always leave a note.
It's coming back.
And it's coming back. Season 4 is recut with more episodes.
Really?
So it's like, yeah, so that's what he did. So basically, because a lot of people complain about season 4 because it had its.
I thought it was great.
I thought it was awesome.
I thought it was awesome. It was very different than the rest of the seasons. One, because they couldn't get all the actors together at the same time. That was a big reason why they weren't the same way. But I thought it was cool. I think what happened was, you know, you start with episode 1, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I have no idea what's going on. All these things are happening, and like, there's not a lot of clarity. But the longer you watch it, and when you watch it all the way through, everything makes sense. And that's what I loved about it. It was like they're keeping something from you until you get to the very end, and it all comes together.
And that's what he worded. Like, he's like, I was giving you pieces, and then he's like, at the end, you realize you're eating a BLT, which is like, yeah, dude, that is great,
that.
Man. But some people don't want that, and
Right.
it's not like that's why I feel like a lot of people got upset with South Park for like the last 3 or 4 seasons. But it's like. And this stuff, to me, I was like, this stuff has been freaking tremendous.
Well,
like,
South Park,
I love this linear story. I love this. Like, some people want linear stories. Some people don't. Some people, it's like, man, like, just enjoy it, dude. Like, just enjoy the freaking comedy for what it is, because it's really good when you really get down to it.
I think one of the reasons people don't like South Park recently is because it's changed from just this like lowbrow humor to something that's more political or socially minded.
But
yeah,
I mean,
they've changed.
Adapt and change, because you can't make. Because even like I'm watching Always Sunny. Like, dude, it's like 8 years ago, but you can't even make these jokes now. Like,
Right.
and it's 8 years.
No, it's
Like, you
100%
can't.
true.
You can't
Yeah.
even like. They use you know rape.
They
like,
want-
it's like
they-
it's a joke. Like, it's an actual physical, and it's a running joke, and it's like, man, like. You can't do this. So like for South Park to be making that same kind of humor, which is so great because there is character development kind of, because they're just getting worse, and it's just but then you have like your people that are just like Butters, who's just like a kid, like he's a pure kid, like it's just like the show. I feel like the show, it stays so true to itself yet still adapts, and at the end of the day, like it's always South Park, like always to
Right.
me.
It has that feel.
It's always South
Yeah.
Park.
Always Sunny, and you haven't gone all the way through yet,
No.
so you don't fully know yet. But that's an interesting show because you're talking about how the jokes are fucked up in season 5. Like, wait till you get to like season 7.
The jokes are
season 8.
the jokes are
Man,
horrible in season 2, man. Like
I'm telling you, they just get so comfortable, and especially when they made the shift to FXX, where
Okay.
like no one's the way they put it, no one's
No
paying
one watching
attention
it,
to them.
yeah.
No one cares.
Okay.
Like, they give them free reign to do whatever they want now. So
Right.
literally, you can imagine what they're doing. It gets really fucking raw, man.
and it's like it's like. It's what I wanted to be. It's like the idea where like YCCPDB was like I make the most horrible thing on the planet.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Just explain that because they don't know what that is.
Okay, so
Yeah, what
you
is
don't
this?
know. Okay, so I made my own rap group because like I was just I just thought rap group some rap groups is horrible, and like it was just like 2009 ish, right? with like Lil Wayne's and all them. So I was like, yo,
time to
like,
do it.
I was like, I think I can do this. You know, I was just kind of like a jerk and 20 plus of age, and I was like, yeah, you know. So I made my own rap group, and I was all 8 members of the group, and I made 2 albums. I have 2 albums done. I have material for a third album done. I'm ready. It's ready to, since I've hit 10K, I'm gonna drop them. I'm redoing the songs. I'm taking out the curses. I'm just gonna switch them, you know, just to make it more accessible for everybody.
You know, Kendrick Lamar did like an unreleased album where he released all his unreleased work. Maybe it could be something like that.
Well, I'm just really, I mean, really, it's just like it's not that it's dead, but like people that have seen it, like they know, like if you've been a YCCBDB show, like yo, like you've never seen anything like it. Like I'm not trying to like toot my own horn, but like yo, like toot, like bro, like I would have like, you know, the hats would be on stage and they'd be each character, so you'd have Django, man, who kind of had his voice, man, he'd be like this, you know. And then you had Fife, man. I was like, Fifi Dun Duddy. He was like your little Wayne, man, you know. And then you had your boy Hustle, you know. Hustle Sprouts, you know. He was like your DMX, you know. But he was still, you know, he still loved puppies and kitties and all that, you know. Who else was in the Jose Pesos? You know, this is your boy Jose Pesos. You know,
Jose Pesos.
I had Rape Sean Beermud from Pon Son Qua Sean Poi For Son Poi. He didn't even say words. His verses would be Sapoda Fon Shada Kaba Son Fon Son Poi Shop Kota Sir Bon Posa Son Pon Posat Plot Lick they butt Con Shots Up for Son Poson Tra Rum Posa Pocket, just like stupid. And then there was Spettacomedy, was just me, like, hey, you know, it's just like regular, like, I am real.
Spettacomedy.
Yeah. And then there's Puppy Love, and he was just cool, you know. He was like the usher the group, you know. He did the hooks, you know. And then I think I got all the members. Oh, and then there was Drapes, Drapes was that boy, yeah. He said, yeah. So like that's it, man. Like, and then we had songs like I had all the songs were just about money and butts. And to not get too far into that, I mean, we could perform an album here right now, which would be, we could do a live song. We could record it.
I don't know if we want to blow up that much.
But I'm just saying, like, I wanted to make something so horrible where we looked at it and we said, it can only get better from here. Like, we can only get better from here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's like, and that's like where a lot is like, where it's like, that's what's like, though, it's like, man, like these jokes is like, if we can just dismantle everything down, just find out what is the worst thing in the world, just break it all down, bro, we can rise. We can rise again from like a phoenix from the ashes. You know?
Would you say all the members of the group grew from that experience?
No, they are horrible individuals. They are stuck. I had like my most recent hits, Big Ol' Butt, She Got That Butt. They, you know, curses have been out. I mean, I'm proud of them. The live performances are a lot of fun, dude. Like I said, it's me. I do all 8 voices, and I just have hats. And I'll just, whatever hat I wear, obviously it's that person.
That's the character,
yeah. And then there's character changes constantly. There's talking. There's sketch, improv, stand up, and I need to bring it back because, like, I've been sitting behind a desk.
So is there like a member of the group that's like not, you keep them inside, kind of like split, you know, like the Beast?
Okay, so I didn't see that, but I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
because I just watched Unbreakable for the first time.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm out of the loop. What the Beast?
Okay, so
M. Night Shyamalan universe. That's all you need to know. It's like the new superhero universe, dude.
Is that a part of the universe?
Yeah, dude.
Sequel to Unbreakable.
Unbreakable was the movie where Samuel Jackson was like the villain.
Yeah.
He was in a
coming back.
wheelchair.
I didn't know
He has his movie coming out this summer.
I didn't know that was part of some kind of universe.
I thought that movie was.
It's a universe.
I thought that movie was kind of silly.
Okay, so split the whole.
Unbreakable.
Yeah,
We're talking about Unbreakable. We're talking about Split.
Real quick before you finish that point,
all right.
I was really invested in that movie and I was watching. I remember I watched in high school. There was a day in high school where they played that movie in a class, and I was like, "This is great. We get to watch a movie." It's the first M. Night Shyamalan movie, I guess, with this storyline universe in it. Okay, so at the end, I'm sorry, I'm about to spoil Unbreakable, but I mean,
it's
I don't care. I need to watch it.
yeah.
But you know what, dude? It's really good.
Okay,
Maybe I'll watch
I
it,
guess.
but I won't.
Yeah, that's right.
But like he gets all right. So his power was supreme strength, right?
He's in a
super
car.
strong.
Supreme strength.
He's in a train
Yeah,
accident.
like he's just
where
super
he's the
strong.
only survivor of the train. Like it's a catastrophic. what's the word?
Catastrophic.
Catastrophic train accident. I know I couldn't say that. And everyone on train dies except for him. He walks away, no injuries,
Right.
nothing, not even a scratch.
Unscathed.
Yeah. So, and then he meets this man called Mr. Glass, who literally, if the wind's blowing 50 miles an hour, he's probably breaking bones.
Right. And he's also a huge comic book nerd. Like, he's addicted to reading comic books
So
and
he's
he's really
saying
into
to him,
stories.
he's like, hey man, like you have a calling here, like you need to do this, that, like superhero type work. And it's technically a superhero movie. And then, as you're saying,
Well, okay, so basically at the end, he himself discovers that he has this power. So in the movie, we're alluded that he's, survived the train wreck. But at the end, we actually find out that he himself is kind of like a superhero. He was really strong. And it's never explained how or why. We're just like, he has a power. And to me, I remember like finishing that movie like, that's it? Like, it doesn't explain anything. I was like, why is this movie so great?
Because he discovered that Mr. Glass was actually the reason that all these events were happening.
But I'll tell you what though, and I'll say this because he's like, it's like a watered down Superman rewrite.
Yeah.
And in terms of, I'd see it as if Superman's parents died and never told him what went on, and Superman like found out after the fact, that's what it'd be. He wouldn't know, and then the idea of Glass being his enemy, where it's like him to realize it. I felt like it did such a great job because then you piece it together too. Because obviously, it's like
And
your
Glass
twist.
is this like supervillain.
Glass is a guy who you
Kinda
see that
terrorist.
basically he's a terrorist. He's been causing all these events because he's trying to find his opposite.
Which
And,
is
and he
Batman
finally
to Joker.
and he
Okay.
finally finds in this event that this guy's is unscathed. He's like, yo, like I finally found you, and so they're friends the whole time.
so they're bros after it.
No, they're
there's a-
not.
no.
But then he
Find out in the last
yeah.
2 minutes of the
Yeah.
film.
And literally, like the movie ends. It's like you're just like, oh
There-
god, and then
Yeah.
you want more.
There's
I
actually
thought you were saying like that's my opposite. Yo, what's
Because
up, bro?
here's the messed up part. That he's untouchable, right? He can't break, and this guy's made out of glass.
yeah, he's so
You can't. This dude's doing all these horrible things. You can't inflict damage onto him because he's in a wheelchair. He's technically handicapped and disabled. So
Yeah.
it's like
right.
that
fucked
makes
up.
you
Yeah.
a terrible person.
Yeah,
There's a great
From
line.
outside looking in, it's gonna be fucked up for you to beat up a guy in a wheelchair.
Well, of course, yeah, it wouldn't make him heroic. There's a great line in that movie. Samuel L. Jackson is going, "It's always the best friend, man." You remember that? He's like, in every single comic book story, it's always the best
always
friend.
the
That's
best
the
friend.
villain, and that's actually kind of how the movie ends. I think is on that line. He's walking away after
Well,
he
you have
discovers
that emotional component when it's like someone close to you.
Yeah,
like that makes
but
you.
that's
more
the whole,
That's
like,
why it was
that's the
hard
whole
for him to
theme of the
walk away
movie.
And understand
Yeah.
what he just done because he was the reason that over 300 people in that first train died.
Yeah, like
He
he
was
and
bad.
you literally saw like 5 other disasters where it's like
Yeah.
this guy's causing them,
Right.
and it's just like I mean it's heavy, like it's really heavy, and it's really cool, like
he's
it's really
a
cool.
He has like a super brain too.
Mhm.
Like this dude's intelligent. Like it's like
We'll see how the
unreal.
So
prequel
now
is.
your
I'm not-
beast is
So,
in your
Split.
split. He's now your beast is now another creature that's or a thing that's in this established universe where you have your metas. So it's like, yo, you're like discovering your metas. And honestly, if we had metas or if you exist, if we had metas like and we just like figured it out, dude, like it'd be raw. Like it wouldn't
Yeah, it'd be raw.
it wouldn't be like I don't think I'd have a suit right away. You know what I mean? Like I don't think I'd probably be all silver and black. You know what I mean? But, like,
Spider-Man? What do you
Yeah.
what's
Spider-Man.
what's the-
da-na-na.
what's
Nah,
the
dude.
what's the
I
title?
don't know.
Spider-Man.
Would I want to base it on a fear like the bat? I don't
What
know.
would be your,
Yeah, what would be
your
your
voice?
fear?
Nah, he'd
It
be
would just
Littlefoot.
Death-
He'd be
It would
Littlefoot.
just be Deathman because I don't want to die, man. I got memes to make. You know what I mean? I got memes to make.
Dude,
and,
do not rob the store. Deathman is here. People would be so scared.
Deathman, yeah. I mean, first of all, you didn't mess with him. I mean, I didn't mess with him.
walks in with like eyeliner. It's like it's out of like a '90s grunge like scene.
Yeah.
There is Deadman there. That's a guy. So like, I guess
Deadman.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, all the comic book characters are kind of copies of themselves. Black Panther. I mean, he's a really cool guy, but let's be serious, it's fake Bruce Wayne.
What-
But it's cool, dude. Like, it's cool.
What is our
it's-
obsession with superpowers? What is our obsession with superheroes? And this is for everybody.
We want to be super. We want to be greater than what we are. That's what I think.
I mean, I can't.
Yeah. I mean,
Recently, because that's like all
Oh,
that's
you're-
all
oh,
that's
like a
all
whole
film has been
movie.
about.
you know what it is because they're finally good
Okay.
and they're finally visually appeasing and they're a lot of fun. And you can't go against that. I mean, some of it's not good, but some people don't like it.
James Cameron.
I thought you were talking about the Marvel.
I'm referring to like how pretty much every AAA movie that comes out nowadays is a superhero movie, and I'm not complaining.
Well-
but like sometimes, like I went to see Wonder Woman, and I was like, what am I watching?
I thought
Like,
the movie was horrible.
it was awful. It was
Terrible.
awful.
I actually thought that was the best film of the
Stop.
DC films.
But-
of the DC
but
films,
we'll agree
in
that
terms
DC
of.
films are terrible.
But that's
DC
the
films
thing.
are
But I
awful.
mean, that's the thing. Like, they're awful from a lot of standpoints. But then, like, from like your deep down DC fanboy standpoint, where it's like, yo, like, in this universe where I need a Batman and Superman, like, I don't want to laugh. Like, I don't want to feel
Yes,
good.
yeah,
I want
yes.
horrible,
Thank you.
epic shots.
Thank you.
I want it to feel like a just like why like.
I thought
and then-
Batman
and-
vs Superman was an okay movie.
I thought it was I
think it was bad.
I think when you really look at all these DC movies, and I mean Drew's probably the only one that could probably say it. I don't know what you guys do, but you want to say like they're not put together well. Like I feel like when I watched Suicide Squad, I felt like I watched a trailer. Like I felt like the whole movie was a trailer.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're not giving these movies a chance, and you're not like if you're gonna give me Batman or Superman, you want to make it 3.5 hours, dude. Go right the hell ahead, dude. If you want to give me Justice League, don't give me 2 hours of Justice League. Give me 3 hours of
So
Justice League.
here's my problem
man.
with the whole DC universe.
They're
of
playing
movies.
scared.
They're playing copier. They're trying to copy the formula
because
that
they're
Marvel.
scared because they don't know how they don't.
Yeah, I
they're,
guess
they're afraid.
so.
They're too afraid
But
to really.
You are correct. Like I don't want to laugh when I'm watching a DC movie. That's not what I'm going for. DC is darker. It's grittier. It's more adult, and that's what I want when I see a DC movie. What I'm getting are these fucking bullshit jokes between Batman and Superman. Batman wasn't a fucking joke. Batman doesn't know how to laugh. He just doesn't fucking know how to laugh.
It's a
No,
good
no, no, no.
point.
They destroyed Bruce in Justice League. They,
You know
they
what I'm
ripped
saying?
him to
Though?
shreds.
Like,
yeah.
it's just like he doesn't know what that is. It's just not a part of his wavelength.
I have two reasons for that. One is that Christopher Nolan, who never made a superhero film ever, made arguably one of the greatest superhero
He did.
trilogies ever.
Because it was just a great movie.
It was a great movie.
Because if
It's
he didn't have a
exactly.
mask, it was a great movie.
good
And
film.
another reason why the DC movies don't do well, I think, is because their animated films are
They're great.
phenomenal.
They're great. They're
and
great.
they
Their Justice League ones
and they
are
can't
awesome.
get them in theaters because it's hard to get people unless it's under Pixar or DreamWorks to get people in the seats.
Well,
feel that.
you're
Go
absolutely
back-
right. Their DC, man, their Batman Ninja was actually great
The,
too. from
Dude,
what I
the Dark Knight Returns
cool.
animated
Oh,
were
God.
awesome.
Oh,
man.
God.
They were
So
so good.
good.
Yeah, they were amazing.
Stupid
or the
good.
Joker one that they just did last year,
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Well, yeah,
Killing
the
Joke. Or,
Killing
yeah,
Joke.
yeah.
Killing Joke was alright.
I like the.
It-
Did anyone
but
see
you
the
know,
Teen
it-
Titans animated new?
I didn't watch
thing?
it.
It's like
Teen
an adult
Titans Go?
Robin, like kind of Nightwing, adult
Oh, yeah,
Starfire.
that one,
that was
yeah.
a good
Oh,
animated
and
series.
Son of
too.
Batman, where his kids like
Uh-huh.
kill, like,
Damien,
there was
yeah.
actual blood and gore in it, and I was like, yo, this is decent.
Because like a lot like I'm gonna just come out and say, man, like the Bat's the greatest. Like,
I mean, I think
everybody-
about-
Bat is God. Bat is God, and it's because he's just a guy.
I
And
think
that's
about
why-
the
that's
old
why-
Justice
I'd
League
say Spider-Man has the
series
same
that was
appeal,
on
though.
Cartoon Network. That was one of my favorite series.
That-
Justice League
well, 'cause
Unlimited,
that's
dude.
Bruce
Yes.
Timm. Because
Yeah.
that's
Even
Bruce
before that,
Timm, and
just
that
regular
Bruce
Justice
Bruce
League.
Timm
Yeah.
animation. Bruce is for like just shout out to this man.
Yeah.
God forbid if he ever watched this. Yo, that was like. Be honest, because I was a kid, because I'm 31, so like I was watching Batman, animated
Yeah.
series, doing original syndication and runs, getting home from school,
Yeah,
being
the
like, yo,
OG.
but the way that was drawn, like, dude, the way the
done before.
lines were,
Yeah.
the way it was cut, and then obviously they had guns, they had weapons, they had
Yeah.
all like that show holds up.
Okay,
Like, watch it, it holds
Bruce,
up.
Bruce,
It's so
I grew
good.
up
before
on
we dive
Batman
into that,
Beyond.
before we
Batman
Batman
Beyond was
dope,
for-
too.
Before we dive into
that
that,
was me.
I also want to do a little tribute to Bruce Timm. That guy was so great. He actually made Harley Quinn. Harley
Yeah.
Quinn was in none of the comics, and not a lot of people know that. She just appeared in the animated series, and that was all his
Mad
idea.
Love was the episode in which
She
that
debuted,
she
yeah.
found her way into, I guess, our hearts,
And Joker.
Well,
and to some sickos, their boners.
It's such a great backstory. The psychologist falls in love with Joker, and like that in itself is just such a brilliant concept. It was never told in the comics.
because she's the one that truly knows how he is.
Right, but
You know what I mean?
I'm saying Bruce Timm, I agree, is a genius,
Yeah.
both in animation and in story.
Yeah, I just that style, man. Like I love clean cut art like that. Like that's
Yeah.
like Samurai Jack, like that kind of.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
like how do you not like that kind of stuff? It's so pretty, dude. It's
Gendy.
like, yeah, like.
Gendy made that
And then there's
one,
like cartoons nowadays like this. It's like
Watered down.
I think they're trying to not try. Like I think they're trying to make cartoons that look like you did them in Flash in '96.
My theory is that Adventure Time kind of blew everything up when it hit the
Okay.
scene, and it's so simplistically animated. And what that does is not only does it appeal to people with a minimalist taste, which is kind of the whole thing of like the 2017, 18, but it's also really easy for animators to make, and because of that, you can make a lot more.
Well, I
and
think,
so
well, then again, you saying that would explain. I mean, I don't know. You guys feel, but that's why Rick and Morty's so great.
Rick,
Oh,
my
my
God.
God. Yeah.
Because
The
you
writing
can
is-
do anything because it's so stupid easy to draw.
Right.
But, yo, that writing, man.
Writing's top notch.
great.
that writing, like
And
it's where like you're even
what's the-
surprised, like
in the
What's the
continuity,
Avengers
just the
Yes.
fact that
every
they'll
episode.
bring
Avengers episode.
There's
some
like an
from season
Avengers
1, episode 2 into
Oh,
season
yeah,
3.
yeah.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Vindicators.
Absolutely.
Vindicators.
I had something funny to tell you guys. It's not an Infinity War spoiler
Could you
for
pass the chips? My bad, man.
The chips? Where are they at?
They're behind you.
for whoever didn't see Infinity War. This is not a spoiler.
gold mine
They
behind
said,
me.
because I'm a huge fan of Batman too. They said if Batman was Infinity War, that movie is 30 minutes long. Thanos is not coming to fuck anything up.
No.
He ain't
Have you
making
been
it
reading
30.
DC Metal at all? Do you know
Yeah.
anything about Metal? Like, dude, there's this DC stuff called Metal right now, which is insane.
Yeah.
And it's
DC
like
Metal?
basic. So DC Metal is like it just finished the run. I'm still in the middle of reading it because I started reading it, and I got like 8 issues in, and I was like, this is unbelievable. I'm not waiting a week to read this.
Yeah.
I'm stopping. I'm letting the run end, and I'm gonna have just a thick stack
Thick
of things
stack
to read.
to finish
So
up.
like, long story
Thank you,
short,
Ryan.
like.
Thank you.
Yeah, anything for you,
Long
Matt.
story short, like the dark multiverse opens up, and
heard those are
and
good.
evil versions of Batman come. So there's an evil Flash Batman, an evil Wonder Woman Batman, an
His
evil
mom,
Joker,
the Joker.
and it's like,
I
dude,
saw
like
clips of that.
it's
That-
yo, bro, like this stuff is insane. Like
Yeah.
so where it's like I can't wait to finish reading it. Like if you want to borrow it, you can, because I have a whole stack. I buy them all every week. I go every
Very
Wednesday. I buy
interesting.
comics. That's
was
just
really
what you
cool.
do. So yeah, check out Metal. Like
Okay.
Yeah.
look at just to Google it, because it's freaking.
Read
dope.
Metal and Flashpoint. That's what I read.
Flashpoint is the one, man. Flashpoint's just...
I hate the Flash, man.
What?
He's fast. He's so
Why?
fast.
I want to hear why. I need to hear why. No, I just need to hear why. I need to hear why.
Faster than you see.
I need to hear why.
Right? All right.
The Flash, dude.
He's such a.
I love the Flash in Justice League.
Flash is like one of the only people Batman
In
actually
the
likes.
Justice League, the animated TV show, that was one of my
Oh,
favorite growing up.
he's cool. He's cool.
Every iteration of the Flash since then has been pretty bad.
I can agree with that.
Like dorky, you want to say? Or?
Not dorky. It's just the fact that the Flash, his power doesn't correlate well to film. So when
No,
he
it
was-
doesn't.
So when
Yeah.
he was in the Justice League movie, his thing, it was all lights and flashing stuff, but it didn't demonstrate his speed. Whereas you saw X-Men First Class. Which one was it?
Quicksilver. Yeah.
Quicksilver
yeah.
and that, where that they had the whole thing going slow mo.
Days
The
of
house
Futures
exploded,
Past is
and
the
he's
one you're
like,
talking about.
you know,
Okay.
getting everyone out the house. Like they did it well, and it was kind of smart how they did it. But again, I don't know why they keep giving Zack Snyder these opportunities to make superhero movies. The only one it worked in was Watchmen.
I didn't see that because I wanted to
Was
read it, and
Watchmen
I'm
that
halfway
good,
through
though?
reading it right now. I'm halfway through reading
Whenever you
it.
finish it.
Wait, halfway
Great
through reading what?
graphic novel.
Halfway through reading
Great
Watchmen.
graphic
That's
novel.
when I bought it. Yeah.
That's okay. I read a ton of comic books.
That's
My favorite comic book of all time.
Watchmen.
okay.
It's
I'm halfway
amazing.
through. It's good.
Watch the unrated extended version. That's what I recommend.
Okay, I
And
haven't
that's
seen the extended
that's
version. I
why
just-
yeah, I
I'll
feel
bring
like
it
you
next
say
time
that a
we're
lot
here.
with the
Alright, cool.
with the Zack Snyder films. Like yeah, like I mean one thing like that somewhat broke down about Zack Snyder. And obviously, like I'm real big into the visual. Like every frame is like a freaking painting, dude. Like
It is,
and
and
he
I'll
does
give
a
him credit
really
for
great
that.
job with
Yeah.
that, and it really establishes like a really cool world.
Mm-hmm.
But like again, like I just feel like if things don't develop right, or they don't happen over the right time, or they don't really give themselves a chance to explain or play out, it's gonna take away from every beautiful shot you freaking took. Like
Yeah.
it takes away from everything in that film,
could-
I agree.
and it ruins it.
You
for
could have
so.
a minimalistic scene. This is what Quentin Tarantino specializes in. He'll do wide open landscape shots with nothing going on, but the dialogue between the two
I'm
characters,
thinking Reservoir Dogs right
it
now.
paints the picture. Not what was the Hateful Eight?
Yeah,
Oh, I haven't seen
That movie was
that movie was
was
really,
amazing.
Really
Ah,
good.
I guess I need
It
to
was
see
such a
it.
good. It was in one. It was in a cabin. The whole film was in a cabin.
Really?
It takes place in one room. Kind of
I
like
heard it's
this
one
one.
shot too.
97% of it does.
Right,
Right.
Yeah,
There's
they gotta get there.
there's
You
the
know what I
intro
mean?
and
You
the
gotta
outro.
get there,
Yeah, yeah.
Or Dunkirk. Like I'm a huge Christopher
I didn't-
Nolan
that
guy.
I
Oh, that
didn't
was a
see.
pretty good.
That I didn't see.
That was just so loud though. I mean,
That's the point of it.
There's no dialogue in
Yeah,
that
they
movie.
say
no
there's
dialogue.
like no dialogue.
There's
in
zero
that movie.
dialogue
Like,
in that
there's
film.
like yeah, so
And
you gotta go do a
so-
thing.
So if you're gonna
That's
tell
it.
They did the thing.
Like,
did
yeah, we
things.
need to do a thing, and we are filming it, and we are gonna get it done.
Hey, what are
boys.
you guys doing out here? Wait, yeah, listen,
We're
we're
doing
just
things.
doing
Listen, we're
things, all
getting
right?
it done, sir.
Oh,
All right?
yeah, you're doing the thing.
What these
Okay,
ear
go
muffs?
ahead. Go
What
ahead.
these buffs?
Christopher Nolan, all right, you guys do the things. We're taping right now.
Because it's like I agree with you. So if you're gonna tell a
They get an
story, it needs
Academy
to be.
Award. It's just like, thank you. We did the thing. We said have to do it. We did it. It's
Well, like,
done.
look, we
It's
actually
good.
we have
Thank
no
you.
idea what the hell we just filmed. But
all-
thanks.
All of you are duped. You made me richer.
I thought I was gonna drown in that submarine for real.
No, but it's like when it comes to for me, if you're gonna do like these wide open shots, then the dialogue either has to be on point or no dialogue. And
Right.
Christopher Nolan, what he did, he shot on these massive cameras that showed it literally looked like you were looking out of a window,
Okay.
and you're in a fight, and he got fighter planes from that time period and put cameras on them
Right.
That's pretty cool.
and was simulating dogfights.
Yeah.
like that. Just a vision
okay.
like that.
Yeah,
is-
I'm gonna check that.
it's
I do wanna check
insane.
that, yeah. I like all stuff. I mean, Memento.
That's one
You
of
know
my
what I mean?
favorite movies by him.
I
All
need
his
to catch
movies
up
are
on
his.
that.
My favorite
Memento.
movie of all time is
Inception's
Interstellar.
great.
Interstellar is my
I never
favorite
saw
movie.
it,
Yeah, I
man.
still need to
Really?
see that.
Nah, dude.
I walked out of the
It's
theater.
heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
I walked out of the theater when I saw that. I saw it junior year of college. I walked out of the theater and I couldn't say anything. Usually, the people I'm with, I talk about the movie immediately. But I remember
You don't know what to
walking
say.
out and I was just like, dude, where do I start with this film?
Really?
Like
First
it
movie
was
to ever
that good.
depict the sound of space
It was that
correctly.
Really?
So silence.
I guess I know what I'm doing.
I'm not sure if that's the first movie to do that. I'd have to fact
I'm sure
check that
Sandra
one.
Bullock
What
was.
about
I'm
Aliens?
sure Sandra Bullock was
Aliens
floating around in some silence for a couple minutes.
No, because
In between the screens.
when the ships were crashing in that movie, it was like sounded loud as hell. You're
Well, yeah.
like, you're in space.
That's the funniest thing about Star Wars. Like when you watch it now, like
Exactly,
everything's
yeah.
like no, like all the ships are making noises. It's like, bro, come on now. But it's just funny to just watch something fly like.
Well,
silently.
that's actually this
It
brakes.
takes all the impact
That's
out
actually
of
the
it.
brakes from the engines on the ship
Yeah.
thrusting and working, guys. You should know the science
Right,
behind
dude.
Star Wars.
Totally.
I'm sorry. You said Star Wars, and we are talking about Marvel and like superhero. Did you see the like congratulations that Star
I
Wars
did.
gave
Yeah.
to
I did.
Marvel? I saw a comment on Reddit for that,
Wait.
and like for those of you who don't know, that Disney gave Lucasfilms gave a shout out to Marvel for being the largest box office selling in the
ever.
first weekend, something like that.
I mean,
Because
they're-
it beat the
and
record.
They're
with The
both
Force
owned by
Awakens.
Disney,
Yeah,
so where
no,
the
that's
congratulations?
that was the
comes in.
thing. That's the thing. Someone on
win-win.
Reddit was just like, "Well, that's just Disney giving itself a high five."
Right, that's a very Hollywood thing to do. Is
But
like
did
pat
you see the
yourself on the back.
numbers of its opening weekend?
Oh, stupid.
Oh, I'm sure it's
Stupid.
ridiculous.
700 million.
Stupid money.
700 million. It's about to hit $1 billion
Stupid money.
today.
Is
or
Black
tomorrow.
Panther set the record? Is
Not
that
For
one?
what? Highest
For
it
highest?
did, and
Apparently, it
then
was
they-
Star Wars. That's what this congratulations
So
says.
Black
at least.
Panther is now, I think, either the second highest grossing movie ever or third. And
Wow.
which is crazy because
Superhero movies, man.
I feel like they
That's-
just
that's
keep
why I
remember,
asked that
remember,
question.
it took almost 10 years for Titanic to get overtaken by the same man, James Cameron, Avatar.
Yeah.
And then it took him almost another 10 years before another film
Avengers.
overtook
And then,
no,
and then the last
The
5
Force
years,
Awakens.
everything just
Oh,
picked up
Force
playing each
Awakens.
other. Yeah.
Force Awakens is the highest movie ever. They're saying that Avengers, this Infinity War, could hit maybe two. It could be one of the first to hit 2 billion.
I'm not saying
Well, it's gonna
that.
hit at least 12 for me. So you're welcome, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're welcome,
I'm
Mickey.
welcome-
Mickey, you're welcome,
Disney. Yeah.
Mickey.
You're welcome, Mickey.
Where's your free trip to Disney World, right? But I
I'm saying it
think
again, too.
I think we're at a point with these superhero movies where
Yeah.
it's almost like the Wild Wild West movies. Back when my dad's in his 50s right now, so like he's all about these old Western films, and I feel like that was back in the day what people would watch. Old
That's like
Western
our
films.
that's our genre.
Yeah,
now.
this
That's
is
like
our genre, is
style.
these superhero films, and it started off of.
Well, no
you
one's a superhero.
It started off an idea,
Right.
that
Oh, the Mark Russell thing,
fucking,
that's what he said.
fucking
Yeah.
Avengers bullshit. It started off with an idea where, quite literally, we didn't assemble superheroes. We found movies and we just kept building on them. And up to this point, correct me if I'm wrong, nothing's really been done like that in film yet. We haven't had like films that have
20
made a whole
films,
universe.
continuity
Decade
like that.
build up. That's a decade build up.
Decade
It's
build-up,
incredible,
yeah, literally.
and I think it's just so big at this point. Everyone just wants to see where it falls off
Where it
or where
goes.
it ends.
Well, the one thing that
'Cause-
James Cameron said, which is kind of hypocritical, because he has 5 Avatar movies coming out literally next year until 2026.
Why?
Fuck
Was it
Avatar,
really
man.
good? Was it
That
good?
shit was
So
boring.
he said
That
he
shit was
can't.
boring.
Thank
He said
you.
he can't wait for the day when people get sick and tired of these superhero films.
I can't
'Cause
wait
they
till the
get pumped
time
out, pumped out.
when
And I-
people get
and I
sick and
agree
tired
with
of
him.
Avatar.
Because I'm tired of. I want to see original pieces. Like you
Absolutely.
said, Interstellar came out during the time where it came out between a Thor movie, Deadpool, and something else. It came out between them, and it sold well.
Yeah.
And Interstellar became in my easy top 3
Yeah.
because that's one of the best films. And we don't get to
good.
see films like that. It's either we see a film that is based off a book or something that is like has to do with like
You're not getting
racial
you're not
politics,
getting anything. Yeah.
social inequality from like.
But are you
decades
talking
ago.
about this expanded universe you're tired of seeing?
No, James Cameron said he's tired of seeing just
Superheroes in
just
general.
the beat and like
And it's a
just
shame
over the head, over the head.
because some superhero stories are so good.
so good.
Yeah.
They're so good, and
Why
it's like,
can't they get the Fantastic Four right?
who
Because
cares?
it's
No,
owned-
I don't
because
care.
it's owned
I
by
don't care.
Fox.
I
Is
don't
John-
care.
Is
No,
John
I don't
Krasinski
care.
playing
No.
'Cause it's owned by
Mr.
Fox.
Fantastic?
At the end of the day, like, I mean, I don't know how
Like
many
what?
people are out there that are saying like the Fantastic Four is their favorite.
No
like,
one at this
Who
point.
grew up like a Thing guy? Like who the hell grew up a Thing fan? Like I
That's
don't
so
know,
real.
man. Like I don't
It's like
know.
the
Like
Thing or the Hulk.
but that's the thing. Like I don't know. Like
Well,
you know, like
after those movies, no one's gonna say
and that's
that.
the thing. Like you don't want to be any of those guys. Like you just don't. Like so.
Yeah.
Like you know, you can keep making bad movies because that just further really gives them that legacy. Is nobody really cares about.
Well,
the
Marvel's
Fantastic
really
Four.
about to step on DC's neck because you know how like
They've
you said,
been.
DC. You know how DC owns the animated superheroes.
Oh, they got that Spidey thing
They got the
coming out,
Spider-Man,
dude.
the
Looks dope
Spider-Verse.
with Miles
With Donald
Morales, I
Glover,
think,
Donald
right?
Glover's actually Spider-Man.
Oh,
this
that's
time,
awesome.
which I think is amazing.
Dude,
The animation is dope, dude. The animation is
looks
very dope.
Yeah.
Because I
Very
couldn't
dope.
tell if it was stop motion
Well,
if it was like computer. How
it's
they're doing it is
it's
like,
CGI that's cell shaded to make it look like 2D animation.
It was like that. It was almost like
Wow.
did you see Batman Ninja or no?
I saw a little.
Oh,
bit.
just
that's
like
the newest
that.
one, right?
I
That's
watched.
yeah.
I watched
Yeah.
the scene from it. Yeah.
Did you watch it? You gotta watch Japanese. Like it's like
You have
it's
to.
because it's like super Japanese. Like
You
like
don't
this
can't
the
do
art like
Japanese,
the
I don't
art.
get it.
No, you can't. This I don't know, man.
Here's my thing.
Yeah.
I watch anime. Number one for the visuals. Number
Dragon
two
Ball
for the
Super
plot.
sucks.
We had a 3-hour
Yeah,
episode.
no,
about that.
well,
We
you
can-
lost.
we'll talk a little bit
Well,
about
you
it.
lost that. You lost.
I
that
watch
fight.
anime number one for the visuals, number two for the plot. And when I have to read subs, it takes away
It takes
from me
away.
looking
I
at
understand.
the
I
visuals.
dude, I understand.
That's
the
my
whole-
only
I
thing
understand-
with it.
Yeah,
Well,
but
that-
you get,
that's-
you
fair
get
enough,
used
fair
to
enough.
it,
But
though.
it's not only that, but I mean that's the beauty of like and that's why Super was so great because at the end the friggin' music and I feel like stuff like that that can carry and I can read through subs. I can still with those original voices and you can still hear in the voice what the hell they're saying. So the inflection's there. Sure, it's you gotta read it, but you know what's going on. If you sit there and you really think back to the episode, it's still just as heavy. I think as if I heard somebody in English yelling and sounding dumb with just a guitar riff over it. So I can't I mean, I'm not gonna sit there and stick up for the English, and the main reason is it's that's how it's meant to be. I didn't make this and say I'm not going out to make a meme and say I hope somebody sees this in low JPEG quality, saved over 17 times and then cropped wrong and then sent out 50 more times and then cropped wrong again and it becomes nothing. I don't want that. I just want to give you the pure straight heroin right from the supplier. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? I want you to taste it there. And I want you not to leave because you die because it's so good.
You think your meme's that good?
No, I just think that's whatever you should always want to. You should
when
always
you're a
want to feel like that's what
content
you're
creator.
giving somebody.
I think
you want,
not to dive too deeply into anime, we can of course, but I think now the modern anime consumer is with you on that. They don't want a lot of rehash stuff. They want it as pure as they can and to understand it as well.
Well, you know how I like mine. I need mine.
If it's got tentacles, we'll change the subject.
I was waiting for
Okay.
somebody to say something.
But for me, I'm in the same boat with you.
I'm listening. I gotta
The art,
plug
the
my
art
laptop.
style, the writing has to be good. But I can watch it, and so I prefer to watch in sub if the voices are
So bad
Decent.
and dubbed.
Dude,
Goku's voice in Super. That actor,
He's cool.
he's hailed as one of the greatest over there.
she.
But
yeah.
she, okay,
But yeah.
I know the girl.
Yeah, it's a girl.
It's an
Yeah.
old lady.
which is
an old lady.
which is common. It's common over there
Yeah.
in Japan for the voice acting for anime. But the way her
Well, yeah,
voice hits my
Orochimaru is a
ears,
girl, right?
Okay.
It-
That
it-
the
it-
scream. I love it.
it doesn't-
I love it. I
It
love
doesn't it doesn't correlate with my ears right. So, but I watched Super all the way through, and he can tell I was on here twice
Yeah,
bashing that
we
show.
talked about Dragon
Man,
Ball.
I mean, is it perfect? No, but if you break down the stories and you think back on them and you look at what was good in them
I
and
just don't
how
like
much
the
fun
fan
you
service.
had, fan service you're gonna get, dude. When you bring anything back, they probably felt like they have to give you that.
Right.
I mean, that's the only reason they're there. That's why they're there is because of this
Right.
universe that they built for us, and then so they gave us 30 more universes,
I'd say-
and that's why we were able to have a ton of fun with it.
That
But
they
the
killed off just to
but
bring back the fun.
the core was there. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's so
Yeah, you know what's funny? I'm just gonna say Infinity War pre-spoilers. I have a feeling some dumb shit like that happens in Infinity War where it's
what?
they just reverse it or just erase it or
Did you
just
read the comics?
no. I just look at it as a whole and I think to myself, if I make a meme and I put Goku against this guy and everyone says Goku's gonna lose, which he's not because it's freaking Goku, and then I put Batman against him and everyone says Batman's gonna lose and they say no he's not because it's Batman. Obviously this guy is unbeatable. So the only way to beat him is to either reverse time,
Yeah, that's
bring it
what-
back,
or seal him
find
away.
find him
Yeah.
when he was a baby. You know what I mean? And then basically, so just have a Flash story. So you know what?
But in this
Eh,
universe,
you know.
that wouldn't be that crazy. That's normal for them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
just
tell people if you never read the comic, if you're just a casual superhero goer
Uh-huh.
and you're really excited to see Infinity War because you've seen a lot of the other
Uh-huh.
films, don't go online and look up what happens in the comic.
Okay.
Because what happens in this movie
It's different from the comic?
No, it's almost panel for panel for what happened in the comic.
That's freaking awesome then. I have not read
That's
it.
why it's so long.
Oh, that's great
Well,
then.
where's
That's
Adam
great.
Warlock? Is my
Well,
question.
he's not. See, now here's the thing. They can't have all these characters in because, certain people are getting paid certain money, like Iron Man. Iron Man has to have a certain amount of screen time. Thor has to have a certain amount of screen time. So they have to change little things here and there. But from how the movie ended is exactly how the first part in the comic ended.
But I really like to be fair, like I see like before seeing it, that's what I think. And if I get that, I'm not gonna be mad because that's the only way a lot of this stuff. That's the only way you can beat these guys is to just change time or
You gotta alter reality to beat.
yeah, I mean, but you know what? That's because but that really gives him his weight too.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does.
It gives the
like,
character gravity.
It's like you literally the only way you can beat him is to literally not.
That's kind of the character he is. I mean, without giving anything away.
Talking about Thanos?
Yeah, they've built this guy up for 10 years. 10 years, like
called
maybe
the
a little,
Mad Titan.
maybe like 8 years. Whenever Avengers came out,
It was the first Iron Man. It was the first Iron Man.
first Iron Man he was
After
introduced?
the credits.
After the credits,
If you
I
wait
think it
after
was the first Iron Man, 2008.
Thanos was introduced in 2008.
I think.
He-
I thought it was that was the Avengers where he smiles at the end. That was Avengers.
Then it might have been the Avengers. I don't remember what year.
And
the
that
first
was
one
like
came out.
2011, 2012.
Okay.
So
Regardless, you notice everyone knows this dude is the dude, and he's
yeah.
the
So
dude.
they've hyped him up for this long. Like he should be a very powerful villain, and he is. He's up until this point, they've never dealt with anyone on his level. He's almost godlike, and that's terrifying because they faced his army, and then they faced Ultron, then they faced all their other villains, but he's the first one that literally nothing they do is quite good enough.
The attack on New York City in the first movie, that was his army.
Okay.
He persuaded Loki to do it. That's why Loki was at the forefront, but it was Thanos' army.
So Loki's like a good dude now, right? Technically,
He's kind of the guy.
It's
he switches, so then he dies.
He's an anti-hero.
He's like-
So then he
just
dies because he's a
like
good guy
wherever
now. Okay.
He's
He's
like
an
wherever the
anti-hero. He does,
payola
like,
is.
what works
Wherever's
for
got
him.
the payola, he
Oh,
goes.
okay. I see. If he fully switched, he's gonna die. Like, I think that's how that works. Like if you change the game all the way, like everyone's pulling for you, you're gonna die.
It's true.
Another thing that bothers me about the corporation aspect, they have to release some of these characters that have sequels coming out next year, 2 years, and they're in this film. And not to spoil anything, but if something was to happen to them, you know that they're safe, even if something happens to them. Because there's going to be another. They have a sequel plan. Like, let's be real. Black Panther just sold $1 billion.
He's not gonna die.
He's
not
He's
gonna
getting
die.
a sequel.
Unless somebody went back in
Yeah.
time.
Spider-Man.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is the first time that it's been received well since Spider-Man 2, which is still arguably the greatest superhero
With
movie
Dr.
ever.
Octopus?
Yo, I love
that
No,
movie.
man.
Yeah.
Hold on.
No.
There's a Spider-Man 2.1, which is an extended cut of that movie. It's excellent.
I'm just gonna say
Yeah,
this.
it's
I
excellent.
just wanna say this because I really, really enjoyed the Spider-Man movie, but I firmly believe that movie is nowhere near as good without Michael Keaton, and I don't think I don't.
I thought
I don't
love
know. I
Spider-Man,
loved him.
so I'm biased,
No,
so
I know.
can't
I
really-
love Spidey, but I feel like Michael Keaton really
And he was
when
Birdman.
when he opens that door to the party or whatever, and it you get that hit where it's like.
Just let me talk to you real quick.
Like, oh, yo, okay, like,
Honestly-
you don't really get that a lot of times where, like, you kind of get, like, a reveal, and it's like, oh, yeah, well, of course he is. It's like, but, oh, God, it's like, yo,
Well,
and then, like, I don't know, I've just enjoyed the hell out, and his character.
Every time he was on the
way
screen,
played
he
it,
stole the
he's
screen.
exactly, so it's like, who else, and it's a lot of times, and that's your Heath Ledger defense or whatever, it's like, because, like, if it's anyone else,
What's
the
his actor's name though? The
is it-
Spider-Man.
It feels like an
makes-
imposter.
Tom
That's what you're
Holland.
saying.
Yeah, you can't say Tom Holland didn't still.
I
show
loved him.
when
No,
he
no,
was-
no, no,
when he was
I
being
loved him.
crushed.
No,
Man,
I
like
loved
that.
him, dude.
What emotion
Loved
from
him.
that?
I
I was
loved him.
feeling for him.
When
I
he-
was like
When
cringing.
that scene you're talking about stuck out to me when he was going to her house to pick her up for prom or whatever it was, and he's standing there and he knew
It was
who
Spidey,
he
too.
was.
Yeah.
And then at the end, the scene that
You guys are talking
I'll-
about Homecoming, right?
Yeah.
The
Okay.
scene I always
Did you not
remember.
see it?
No, I saw it on the plane.
Okay, all right.
At the end of the movie, when he's in jail, and the guy's he's like, so word on the street is you know who Spider-Man is, and he's like,
Oh, Scorpion.
he was like, if I knew who Spider-Man is, he'd be dead already. And the
Yeah.
way that he said it and like his look, and I was like, it like gave me chills because acting like that, it's becoming a dying breed now.
It's it, and he's like, and that's what I tell everyone. Like, how was it? I was like, it's freaking Michael Keaton masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like it was, but it was a really good movie.
was
And
great.
if you have him in there or anyone else play that role, like it's gonna be a really good movie.
Yeah.
But man, he
Mike
propelled
Keaton.
the hell out of that film. Where it was
Right.
like, where I was like, yo, Birdman is this,
And-
or
yeah,
whatever,
the-
whatever. What was
the
his, what was his
Vulture-
character?
the
Vulture. I mean,
The funny thing is,
But he played
dude,
Birdman. That
yeah,
movie
exactly,
Birdman
yeah.
that came
and the
out.
funny thing in the comics is like the Vulture's not even a compelling character. Like he's just like kind of a side villain. You know what I'm saying? But he
Yeah.
made him a centerpiece. So
But
I
then,
totally
and then
agree.
there's also that
they
little
killed
thing
off
like there's
Shocker.
like
That
that's
pissed me off.
that's
He
my
didn't even have
Batman
his
too
day,
up there.
bro.
Dude, they killed off Shocker. They introduced Shocker to do. I'm like, yo, Shocker's going to be here, and then Shocker got killed.
I did his costume too. Like his hoodie was like supposed to look
he
like
had
the
the
texture.
arms like, doo, doo,
I was like,
and then,
where's the
doo.
mask?
I was like, wow.
I thought it was nice just because it was very low scale. You know, it was Spider-Man versus the Vulture in his city as opposed to some world crisis that's happening.
Yeah.
Which just
Yeah,
seems like
it was a really freaking great movie. I just felt like
Wasn't bad.
I felt like Keaton really is the.
I don't think we're giving Spider-Man 3 the credit it deserves.
I'm-
you know?
I'm-
hate
Dude,
that.
you know what, dude?
dancing
I
scene-
watched.
the dancing
I got
scene-
like a
Oh,
bootleg
God.
of it, on a DVD, and I watched like half of it, and I was just like,
It's so
because it
good.
wasn't the quality wasn't good, so I was like, I'm just not gonna do it, and then I never even.
I
thought
saw it with my
to-
parents, and my parents were laughing, and I was like, you know
I saw
what?
it with my dad. It was great.
Something about this rubs me the wrong way.
I just always think
Respecting
that-
the
I saw it-
stand guy.
I saw it in theaters, and I went to the teller then. I want my money back.
I just
wow,
always,
dude.
I always
I
think
would-
of
I
the
don't-
scene-
if
I
I
was
sit
like
through
an
it, I don't
was
know
like
if
an
I could
eight-
do it.
I was like in 7th grade.
If I can
whenever
sit
came
through
out.
it, I don't know if I could ask for it back. I leave 38 minutes in, I think I could ask. But
Well,
anything
if you
after
haven't got
40,
to the scene where he's dancing on New York sidewalk, then you
Oh,
should.
when he's like doing a snap.
He's
Yeah.
going. He's going through the
That
emo.
made it
West Side
for me.
Story
That made it for
snapping.
me.
Yeah.
Yes.
With
yes.
his
With his
emo.
slick
He-
black
emo.
hair.
Oh wait,
Armstrong
what?
Green
And
Day
it's Tobey
haircut.
Maguire in the third one,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire is in all three of those.
Yeah.
He's,
See, I
the
didn't
Spider-Man
see.
2
I don't remember.
Such a good film.
I
Spider-Man 2 is dope, but I don't know if I
Handmaid's
like the
Speech
first one
still
more.
gets
I
me.
really don't know if I like the first one more, just because it was like I feel like that was a real start, like to the rebirth of the whole like.
That was the
dude,
first
we're
superhero in
really
general.
doing superheroes again.
Right.
Like let's do them.
Yeah.
Like let's really do them. And
Yeah.
like
With,
it was
with the money too.
and it was awesome.
No,
It
when that
was-
movie came out, it was super exciting.
Yeah,
Well,
Spider-Man
what
was
is
a
it,
solid plot.
2002?
No, 2001, bro.
2001
I was
in
in
the
first grade. I remember I was reading Nickelodeon magazine.
You were
and
you're
I
in
saw,
first grade.
Yeah, I saw. I
Oh,
saw.
geez,
I saw a
was-
cover for it.
I was in high school. That's why I was in high school for that.
Dude,
Yeah.
the hype was probably still real.
It was it. It was, dude. It was.
Yeah.
Saw it in theaters. Loved it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the second one as much. I really
Do you
don't.
remember the? I mean, it wasn't a rumor. It actually happened. They had taken off. There was a trailer where Spider-Man's on the Empire State or on the Twin Towers. And
Oh, and they switched the
had to
footage
take
or
it off.
whatever?
They had to take it
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
because of 9/11.
Dude, I remember back in the day.
Yeah.
Wow, this is like so funny they're saying this. 'Cause now I'm just like thinking about like high school. Like I was in the time when you had Kazaa and Morpheus.
You're talking about Power
Napster?
Rangers.
No, and
I know
Napster.
Napster. I remember
So,
Napster.
so that's so okay.
What
So
am I talking
so
about?
I thought he was
so
talking
these
about
were
Matrix.
these were P2P peer-to-peer sharing networks.
LimeWire, bro.
LimeWire, which was a
I remember
LimeWire
LimeWire.
was
I think it
out in
was
that time,
05.
but it was a little bit after.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember like my buddy got test footage for Hulk. Like yo, like I don't know, dude, I don't know, and it was like he was like it wasn't the Norton Hulk.
Before
was
that.
the-
Because
2003.
I love the Norton Hulk. I
2003
love
Hulk.
Norton Hulk. I love
Yeah,
that
me
movie.
too. Oh,
I love
you're the
Norton.
man,
I love
you're the man.
Norton. But yo, he's like it was like half done. The movie was like just rumored still. And
Yeah.
I remember just thinking like, holy shit. Nowadays, like, dude, you plug in your Fire Stick, you stream everything, you get everything, like you get set photos, like, dude, like back, but literally it's like Hulk's running and he's like not working and he's like half there. It's like dude, I remember being a kid like
What about
Yeah.
Napster getting shut down because they were illegally letting you listen to music because they didn't pay for it? They were just like stealing it, and then we were buying it, so they were making all the money.
Yeah, man.
And then they just
that
got
was man that was such a
crazy time period.
crazy
Yeah.
time.
That makes
you
me think of
know,
that
it-
Futurama episode where the whole Napster Futurama episode. You know what I'm talking
You
about?
understand? But
I
back in
haven't seen
back in
Futurama.
2000, like 2004, because I was in high school. I graduated 2005. So like 2003, 2004, we're living in my dream world in which everything is USB. Like, dude, like I remember thinking like, yo, could you imagine? And now it's like and it's like back when you would get like you get memory, and it's like nowadays like you're getting 64 gigs, where it was like, bro, I was getting like 8 gigs for like $200. Yo, it's like.
Yeah,
It's
insane.
it's a whole more with less.
Mm-hmm.
And in the days of Napster, people were trying to figure out how do we get money from streaming, and Napster was one of those sacrifices. You know what I'm saying? Napster just went down in flames, but now we figured it out. Like Spotify is just like, look, man,
Apple,
you pay
Yeah,
monthly,
it's all money.
and
too.
it's everything,
great.
man.
I don't think subscriptions for music was a thing back then.
No, exactly. Well, they were trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I
I mean,
forget- I
that's
forget what
that's
they
why a
did,
lot of this
but
stuff got
it
hit with
just didn't work.
lawsuits and all
Yeah.
sorts of stuff. And it's just like, look, man, this is pretty much what happened. They're like, people want music for free, okay? Because it's something you listen to, you play, you can go out in public and hear music. So it makes sense. People want it for free, right? How do we get
What's
it?
the easiest way they can get it?
Right. How do we do it? How do we stream, And now there's a million ways to do it. But back in the day, like you were saying, man, they were just trying to figure it out. And you had LimeWire, you had the whole, remember on LimeWire, if you download the wrong file, it was the Bill Clinton. I did not have and you just held your face in shame because you were like, bro.
I still have,
Or an
I was
accidental
just,
porn
I
clip.
was just
Oh, yeah.
recently like, also to go to show you, like how you used to do things is you used to have to play the song, play it in Winamp,
Right.
and then get an app that would record it. And the other day I was listening to 112 at work. I was putting on some 112, and I'm listening to work, and it's from my old folder.
R&B group.
And bro, I hear the AOL door shut. I hear somebody leave. And I was like sitting there at work. I was like, someone got AOL on, man. And they're like, what? And I was like, and I brought the song back. And I was like, yo, I was in AOL, 9th grade, 10th grade, recording. 112. Like that's what you had to listen to it, record it. Man, it was a different game. It was just a different.
Remember back in the day, it was like 1 a.m. You had me up watching Comedy Central. Then you sing some lean with it rock. Text 111 to get.
I forgot about
to get this ringtone. 8 seconds of that frog. That frog thing.
Crazy
with the
Frog,
penis.
Crazy
Yeah,
Frog.
the little purple
And
penis.
it's like send the text now for $6. And it's like, remember we had to send text?
Yeah, man.
I remember I almost got my ass beat with my mom because I sent a text message.
We've come a long way.
Long way.
Ringtones are dead too. Nobody uses ringtones anymore. Like even though they're available,
Yeah, it's
everyone
all
No, phones on vibrate,
silent.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I have such. It's like weird. Like when I used to be like so outgoing. I'm really outgoing, but I have so much like social anxiety now that it's like weird to say that, but it's not for me. It's for everybody else.
Do you attribute it to technology? What do you mean?
You're anxious that people have to interact with you? Is that what you're saying?
No. How do I say this? So I feel bad for you if I see you taking a selfie in public, and it's like, why?
I'm the same way.
I feel like this is weird.
I cringe.
I feel like I'm cringing.
I cringe.
But it's like, why am I cringing? Maybe you're having a great time with your friends. Like if I went out with my brother, right, and we went to the game, we went to the Sixers. I almost at this point in my life feel like an idiot if I said, "You want to take a selfie together from us at the game?"
Oh yeah.
Like that's only for your stories. Like it's like I have so much anxiety now, like to where it's like I just feel like stuff like that, man. It just weirds me the hell out.
You're saying to take selfies in order to like paint this image to people. Like you don't see it. You don't
Not
see
even
the
that.
point
It's
of
just like I just like technology and stuff. I feel like it just made us weird, and we're in the time. Like obviously, like when time goes on, and say like they figure out polio and shit. Like they're figuring shit out.
Right.
Well, like there's in 20 years from now, there's gonna be a disorder that they figured out because of technology, and there's gonna be this because like kids had Nintendo neck, dude.
Right.
Like that's a thing, like Nintendo neck.
gamer
Like that
back
was a
when
thing.
you're
Like people were afraid of that in the
realizing
90s.
that,
Yeah, man. Like that's
Right, 'cause you're going like
but,
this.
that's like
people just sit in front of the games.
like kids nowadays aren't even ready to handle how to feel about things they don't understand because they live in a world that the people that are living in it with them don't get. If that makes any sense. So
Go deeper in that.
it's like a weird generation gap where like I feel like I know a bunch of stuff like computers and this and that. Where like my brother Timmy, he's 19, 20. If I said, yo, open up my laptop, dude, I got 2 JPEGs on my desktop. Do me a favor, just go into my email and email them to this thing for me. I forgot them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could do it.
Like
I don't know.
You don't think
because
that, you don't think
I
that
don't-
kids these days are better with technology?
No, but that's the thing.
No,
like,
not at
no,
all.
that's the
Not
thing.
at
Like,
all. I don't
some
think so.
are, and like some aren't, and because now, like, we're in that era where like the parents are like my age, and like not all of them knew it, so like they're not really teaching these kids how to do it right, to interact, to exist, and like I feel like it's just like especially back then, like, because we just had, it was no holds barred. Like my generation was the generation that was going on AIM and typing in ASL,
Right.
and you know what I mean, and that's what it was. And guess what? Our parents didn't know shit about that. So like,
still don't.
So
But they had wisdom.
so the thing is, we grew up in it's whatever. So now these people that do it, I think that's the same thing. They're just like, yeah, kid, do whatever the hell you want with it, do whatever. And like the kids don't even understand like the repercussions that come with not even having a filter in a world where like I remember being a kid on the internet back in the day and just being afraid to do something wrong because I'm like, Why am I get on the internet? Why am I like nowadays, dude? It's just like
It's free.
it's
'cause-
freaking free reign,
it's 'cause
and
you're-
everyone's dumb.
You're not seeing the reaction of the other person. I think that's a big thing.
You know, I think the biggest issue with dude in today's age, we're in the age of information at the ready, and
Constant.
people don't want to.
It's the age of
They
misinformation,
just-
really.
No, it's like someone could be
They
like,
don't want to read into it.
People could say random shit on Facebook, something that's completely untrue, and you're like, dude, I can get the facts for you, like right here. And they're like, oh, blah, blah, blah.
Why?
It's like they just don't want to go on their phone and look up and do the research. They don't
No,
want to do the
no.
work.
You know, I was actually listening to a Joe Rogan podcast of a neuroscientist who kind of talked about this, and he was talking about how, you know, in this day and age with all this information, it's right at our fingertips. We can look up any fact we want,
Yeah.
but you know, we'll make an argument about something, and as opposed to looking it up or like having a dialogue about it, people just want to double down even more based on their beliefs, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter what the facts
confirmation bias. That's what that's
and
called.
if you watched the most recent episode of South Park, they did a tremendous job. The doubling down aspect that was, if you watch that episode, like the show with the way society handles, and it was with Trump and all that, but it shows like now you can't, if they voted Trump, you can't tell them, well, you're an idiot, you did this, because then it's like, well, yeah, I voted for, and then they just double down on it, and then it's even worse, and then it's like now they're not even going to even give you the chance to where like it's like so like you're I'm a ref in soccer, and I got I got 22 kids I got to deal with on the field, and there's one kid that's being a prick, and then I maybe give him a yellow card, and then maybe something else happens again, and it's not him, but I'm probably gonna, if he's in the area, give his ass the red card. You know what I mean? Like that's it. It's what it is, dude. I don't know. It's just a weird way to explain it, but
with the internet, there's this almost like safety net for people where they can put things out there, and they know that
worry
it's
about
gonna
the
be very hard to
repercussions.
find. It's gonna be very hard for people to find out who sent it, I guess is what I'm trying to
it's
say.
not.
Not
Yeah,
anymore.
that's
not
the
anymore,
crazy
but
thing.
it has been.
Yeah.
Now people are starting to realize how to do it, and they understand the internet better, and we know how to backtrack, sources, I guess.
But
you know?
also,
you should know that.
But
more than
I
anyone.
think a good way to also say it is like this. You have people are like, my kid's a fucking genius, bro. He turns on the laptop, bro. He goes to YouTube, bro, and he sees a picture
so
of a
smart.
pig, and he clicks it. And it's like, yo, that's 3 steps. So yeah, we're learning. We're able to adapt and have this technology. But how much more are we doing? Yeah, we can read an article and we can see the title and go, oh, this person did this. But really, what the hell happened? We're not going to look into it.
Right.
Like I feel like that's like your same type of ideas. Like yeah, it's there for you. But everything right now, everything is surface. Yeah. Everything is surface. With the memes, it's surface, dude. It's to hide a joke is almost pointless unless it's something you really love to do. Like people just want to look. And they just want to move on, man.
Like,
people don't even like to deal with. People don't like to
immediate
turn off their computer.
gratification, would you
People
call it
don't
that?
restart their computers. People don't shut down their computers.
That's the truth,
You
man.
don't do it. Like
That's the
why?
truth.
Like you should.
That's
You get that shit running all day.
Preserves
You know what I
the
mean? But that's what I'm
fucking
saying.
life.
Like even to turn it off at least once every 2 days, they don't, because they don't want to waste the 15 seconds. Like that's our world, man. Like it is what
It's
it
a
is.
microwave era. It's like everyone wants it instantaneous.
Dude, it's
They
like
want it now, they
people. I
want it
mean,
fast.
just
It's
we're
gratification.
living in a world where like probably 70% of people can't piss without holding their cell phone. Piss.
Well, then you wonder
You know
why
what I mean? Like
That's
it just
so
is what it
real.
is. Like it is what it is.
people wonder why they have a hard time sleeping at night, man. When you have that much sensory going on, like there's a lot of people, not a lot, I'd say there's a number of people that have taken time to cut all of that out, and some of it's extreme, but you could see their lifestyle is healthier, right? It's all about balance, but when you have access to a lot, it's like having a pantry with unlimited food. Like you're gonna be going in and out all the time. It's like you got to limit yourself in a way, man, and that takes self-discipline. And to your point, I'd see a lot of people coming up without that, man. That's just the thing.
Well, just like you said, they're going to come out with these disorders in 20 years, realizing what exactly happened to us, how it's affecting our brains, all these other things. I think we're also going to realize or understand how to better deal with these problems. Just like, there's how many other problems across our society have happened over time, and they were big issues at the time. And then
The
we
game
got
thing,
past
the
them.
video game
Well,
thing.
we also-
See, even last 10 years or so.
We also grew up.
When you
all
say
of-
video,
all of us,
when
our
you say video game
generation-
thing, what do you mean?
He was talking about the neck thing.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about like
Grand
violence
Theft,
and
yeah, Grand Theft.
stuff.
I say Grand Theft too, but that is another. That's
So-
what
so
Hot
like-
coffee.
So like for all of us, we grew up in the same generation. So everything that came out was new for us. So we grew up. It was moderation. Your parents said, "Don't play that too long. Don't do this. Don't do that."
Right.
Because it was new at the time. It was new technology. No one knew how it was
Right.
going to react on the body. Now we're older, and these kids,
And we're
everything,
fucked
everything,
already,
everything's
it's
already
happened,
established.
you know?
But
Everything's already
It's the
established.
truth,
So
yeah.
now you can realize, you can binge on it before it really affects you. And so everyone's doing the same thing, like you said. You're laying down, and like back then we weren't allowed to do that on our phones.
No.
I remember I had when I had the first iPhone.
Dude.
I was in 6th or 7th grade when it came out. I forget. And I had it. My mom said, make sure you turn it off and put it on the other side of the room so you don't get tempted, because the bells and whistles are shining and stuff like that. Now you're in
God bless
bed.
that
You're just
woman.
like.
Yeah.
Like whatever
Yeah.
you're doing, whatever, and that rays, it's messing your eyes up.
Never stops.
And I
man.
don't know if you guys saw the movie Ready Player One yet.
Nah, I want
No,
to.
I
It
haven't.
looks dope.
That future that is in that movie, it's gonna happen. Like it will happen.
I hope
virtual
not.
reality.
I'll
Like,
kill
people,
my-
people
I'll
living
kill
in a
myself.
virtual
Dude,
reality.
people just
Ugh.
living in bad situations,
But
huts,
only
ruts on
only
top
to
of each
escape them.
other. And only way to escape their
Yeah,
bad
it's,
life
so it's just
is
drugs.
hopping
It's just
into
basically
that.
drugs. The
Yeah.
movie, you know.
Different kind of drug, yeah.
But
But
no,
it's crazy how they replaced the projects into it, and it's literally just trailers, like a trailer park.
I saw them
just
all stacked up or whatever.
Stacked up, and then you can create this huge. It's like mind-boggling. But people living in bad economic status can still have their phone.
I
They
can still
have,
okay.
I've never seen more concrete evidence of that than the VR helmet that's made for your phone.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you have your phone so close to your
Oh
eyes.
yeah,
seen-
yeah,
I've
yeah,
seen
yeah,
people-
yeah.
If that isn't like a prophecy of the future, I don't know
I've
what
seen people
is.
walking around with the Google glasses.
Google Glass.
On
I
the
just
side.
thought about that like 2 days ago. I forgot all. I
That's still a
was just
thing?
thinking that- I mean, it
I've seen
exists.
someone.
It
I
exists.
work downtown, so sometimes you'll see more affluent people who happen to have fancier things like a Tesla car or like someone who's wearing like high tech frames, and it's just like it's gonna become that way one
You
day.
know what though? But it's weird because that was a guaranteed 6 years ago Google Glass, and there's nothing better out yet. So it's a fail.
Well,
It's
you
failed.
remember
It's failed.
For now.
what's it
But
called?
I mean, if they bring it back,
Yeah.
it can't be the same.
The
It has to be better.
Back to
It
the
has to be
Future,
But
Back
it's
to
a-
the Future shoes, the
yeah.
Nike mags. It took them 30 years before we actually got it, and they
Yeah.
thought that it was gonna be in the 90s.
Right.
So
And they don't self-lace either. They just look like them.
no, it's self-lace.
This self-laces?
Bro, you put it in.
Am I late to the party here?
You put it in. You hit the button, and it has a brain in the sole.
Has a brain.
Yeah, it has a brain in the sole,
dude,
so it
computer,
knows
dude.
your foot. It knows how you stand, and it will mold the shoe.
Oh, I need that.
So it's comfort. It's the
Don't
same amount of comfort.
don't
every
doubt
time you try.
anything. Like
Yeah.
we have computer processors. Like don't never doubt anything. Like
Doesn't that sound scary though?
We have Bitcoin.
Everything's
Who would have
scary.
thought?
Everything
Who would
is
have thought
scary.
that
Think
money,
about it too
currency
much.
that you can't even see? You don't even know what it looks like.
Cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency.
bro,
is
how
that-
about it
that
only
we've
exists
gone.
because I saw like such a dope quote, and it was like computers like processors are rocks we tricked into thinking by zapping them with electricity. So all this stuff has
somebody
been
was-
tricked. It's all a trick. It's
Somebody
all an
was
illusion.
smart.
Yeah. But how cool was that? Like what? Like literally.
Westworld, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
You like Westworld?
Mhm.
I love Westworld.
You don't? Oh, you don't?
No, man.
Bro, it's Jurassic Park with people.
I was watching it with my
The
roommates.
newest episode had my mind.
I didn't see it
tripping,
yet.
bro.
I didn't see it because
I
I
ain't
want to
gonna say
rewatch
anything.
the first one because I was kind of confused.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a trip, bro.
I'm very
Did you
snobby with my
did you
shows.
delve into the first season? Or
I
did
watched
you?
the whole thing, man.
yeah.
I love the concept of it. I just
The
way,
timelines bother you?
No, I'm very very like it's a good show. I'm very very pretentious, I guess, with the stuff I watch. It's little things that bother me. I think that show is very over soundtracked. That takes me out of it a lot, man, because it's just music sweeping the whole thing, and I don't like
I think it
how
builds the atmosphere.
I don't like. See, there you go.
I
That's another
understand.
perspective.
I understand
get what
why
you're
you're
saying
saying that though.
I don't
definitely
like.
get it.
I don't like the. I think the actors are brilliant, but there's a lot of dialogue and it's really slow, and it's always like. There's at least 10 minutes in every episode of people just looking at each other.
There is a
like
lot.
non-verbally. And I'm like,
There is
oh
a
my
lot
God.
of like there are characters that I like. The Maeve storyline, I get you need to have
I'm
it as
not a
that.
fan of that.
I don't care for it.
Yeah,
I
I don't
couldn't.
care for
I mean, I get that's what you want to do. Like, I feel like if you're gonna do it, I feel like it could have been done
Well,
better.
you're the only one who has a
or-
British accent.
It's I guess that. I mean,
That
I mean,
bothers
there are some things you don't like, but then there are some things like, I feel like Westworld did a great job of like you wanting to really look into it and see what else
Delve
was there.
in, yeah.
And and that was really cool.
Yeah.
And like when you have like your mace and like you're in there and like you kind of understand, you're like, I like the whole William thing and the black hat, like that was a ton of fun. Like
Yeah.
if I didn't go to Reddit and go to discussion threads after every episode and engage and have fun, and I'd probably still be speculating up to the last episode. I mean, really, like,
That
I
Reddit was
feel like they
popping
did such
off.
a great
What
job.
What about Bernard? You find out
Exactly.
Yeah, that was cool.
And
That was
like,
cool.
and I almost like, it's almost like, man, like, is this ruining me? Like, why am I doing this? Why am I reading this? But they're just theories.
Yeah.
But it would make me
Builds it.
so much more excited too.
Yeah.
Like, so it was like I really felt like I thought the show was awesome. But there, like, it's with every show. Like, there's just stuff you just don't like.
Yeah, I was
There's
just
just
a fan
stuff
of
you just-
Lost. Not a lot of people like Lost. I thought Lost was phenomenal.
I
Never
just
saw
heard
it.
the ending was bad. I never saw it, but I heard the ending was bad.
That's another.
Well, that's the
to
thing.
explain the
But then
ending,
again, but then
'cause it's so
but
long,
a lot of
it's like,
times, like a lot of times, like
it's
when people
insane.
say the ending was bad, I think it's the ending wasn't what they wanted.
what they want,
And it's like,
Right.
so then you always have to look at it as a whole. Like, well, was the ending good? Like, does it work? And if it does actually work, then no, the ending wasn't bad. Like,
Yeah.
the ending just wasn't yours.
Right.
And you know what,
Yeah.
dude? You ain't in the studio, so it wasn't bad. All right.
I didn't say it.
Ryan-
They
No,
said
no,
it.
no,
They
no.
said it.
But it is. No, it is. It was
Ryan
like, it's
flips
just
the
perspective.
table.
Like I said, like that's. But that can also be said
I'm
for
on the
like
girl in a ball.
our people who like DC movies. And there's people that like there are people that will just write off a DC movie because they're just Marvel fanboys and they don't watch it.
You have
Me
people-
personally, I didn't see 70% of the Marvel movies because I'm not invested in the characters. I never grew up a Thor fan. I never grew up caring about the Hulk. I love Spidey. I love Iron Man. I love Deadpool. That's it.
I think what
I
the
didn't
movies
mean
did.
so like that's the thing. Like I'm not even gonna go into it
That's
being
cool.
like yo like and if it is dope like it's dope. You know what I mean? Like where I feel like a lot of people are just gonna kind of go into it. It's like well what can I find bad or what's wrong or well this isn't like Marvel or this isn't like and it's just like man like why are you taking yourself out of it? Like it's like reading Rotten Tomatoes and reading them all like reading like
Yeah.
15 reviews and then having the movie reviewed before even anything even happens. It's like and you get your first twist and you're like oh well then that's like, I don't know it's just like.
Well,
freaking
do
ruin it for
you,
yourself.
let's go back to the memes for a second. Do you have people that write to you and kind of critique your memes in a bad
Well,
way?
you get. I mean, yeah.
It wasn't what they wanted.
You had someone trying to blast you the other day. I remember you
Really?
put that up.
Oh yeah, I put it on. So I had the picture, and it was first of all, like it's one thing if you don't like something like someone does, like you don't like my art, and you can say like you know, you could just tell me this is stupid or whatever. But the guy goes out, and it's a picture, and it was So I just found out about the Kanye tweets, and I'm like reading them, and I'm like, oh my god, like what? I didn't even know what to do. And I was like, I mean, just look up like what's Kim doing. So I went to Kim's Instagram, and I saw she was like naked and was like getting like a body fragrance thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, I gotta crop this. Like I gotta make like a fragrance bottle. And like and then I scrolled down and I saw it was like the picture of Kanye like kissing her. And I was like, I'm gonna put Trump in there. Like I know I can get a picture of Trump. Like I know if I cut this out right, it's gonna look like he's really doing it. And it's the joke wasn't it's gay. Like that wasn't the joke. The joke was like this is your boy now. Like you guys are just that's it. You have this newfound love for one
Yeah.
another, and you tweeted spread love. So I'm gonna put it on there. Like and you know what? In the world we live in, love can be between two dudes. So who the hell cares?
it's guy love.
That's what makes it funny is because he's cheating on his wife now with Donald Trump. That's funny to me. Like that's silly. So the dude puts on there and he's like, so what if they actually kiss? That makes you anti-gay. Like, bro, first of all, I'm pretty sure the term is like,
Anti-gay,
I'm pretty sure
really?
a term is like homophobic or whatever.
Yeah.
So don't go and call somebody something they're not. Like, cause it's
Right.
not fair to say. Like, I like, if you're a human being, I probably like you. Like, I don't, I mean, unless you're killing people, right, like,
Until
what the
you
hell?
do
Like, I
something
don't care. Yeah,
otherwise,
I would say
yeah.
I don't care. So,
So
then you're gonna sit there and tell me I'm anti-gay because I have a picture of two dudes that didn't even kiss.
yeah, you have two heterosexual
Yeah.
dudes too. Like on the record, heterosexual at least.
Both married.
Yeah, both married on paper, and they think it's homophobic.
I mean, because it's really because some
I'm
people,
trying
like
to
I said,
find
people
the
will
connection.
try to find something like, dude, so I recently watched Deathstroke a couple months ago, and this was back when Trump was signing executive orders like it was nothing, you know what I mean? And I found out about Deathstroke, dude. Found out about Ryuk, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, like I don't know. Have you guys have watched Deathstroke, the anime?
No.
No, I didn't. see that.
Deathstroke, the DC character?
No,
Death
not
Note?
Death Note.
Death
I'm
Note?
sorry,
Death Note.
I'm in a
Oh,
DC.
yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah,
my
yeah,
mind
I
is
love that.
DC
Because
stuff.
I was thinking like
Yeah,
Slade,
Death
bro?
Note.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah. You know what
Oh,
though?
that
But Slade,
Netflix
yeah.
one?
So yeah. So
So
no.
Death
So
Note.
I saw the Netflix thing. I was like, I gotta watch the original. So my buddy Ryan and I, we
Original's
sat
great.
down, we watched original. Dude, it was like freaking the greatest thing in the world. So you know, obviously that's where my comedy's at. How can I do this? How can I do that? Dude, I had Trump holding up the Death Note, dude. and it had it to Mexicans. Black people. You know what I mean? Like, it had it all, dude.
Yeah, well,
And like that was back when you got engagement like on your posts. Like nowadays, like I got 11,000 followers. I'll post a photo, it might get 200 likes because the way the algorithm shifted and
When you
changed.
say
And-
engagement, can you talk about that algorithm? Because I don't really
But don't get
understand.
sidetracked from your point, 'cause
Yeah,
I do want to
yeah.
hear that. No, don't apologize. I want to hear
okay,
that too.
so now you just sidetracked me. So what am I saying now? So
He wants to hear about the algorithm, but I also want to know about the Death Note story.
oh yeah,
So-
so that's the thing. Like so, like I had that dude. I dropped it, and it had all the shit on there. Yo, it hit like 12,000 and got deleted. Guideline rules.
Facebook?
Because there were people I you tag GOP or Republicans because you have to get a rise of the you have to see, but they got it taken down. And there's like I said, there's people that will literally trash you, DM me and get and just like all right, bro, like it's like well, so like or some people put on like yo, this is horrible, like this is trash, and it's like okay, like but all right, like make one. I really don't care.
Before you explain the algorithm thing, nothing gets me more angry than that. Like, it's jokes, it's comedy. If you don't like it, you don't have to read it, you don't have to follow it. What is the big deal?
Or don't invite comedians to the correspondent dinner.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a whole other
Michelle
can of
Wolf,
worms.
That stand-up, I watched it live, was hysterical.
Well, that's it because it was true. That's
Yeah.
when stand-ups are funny when they're usually true. That's weird.
and her
Yeah.
delivery, her writing, because she helped write with Trevor Noah for the Daily. Dude, she's brilliant. And her joke, that joke especially about the mascara, she gave her a compliment while also saying that she gets rid of the truths and facts so she could make a perfect mascara. That's funny as hell, and people are just like, oh, how you gonna critique her on her looks and stuff? She was like, dude, I gave her a fucking compliment. What
Yeah,
are you talking about?
it's they're good. People, we're so the world is just torn, man. World is
crazy.
torn, dude.
It's humorless.
And they're
It's
just
humorless,
looking for
dude.
people are just looking for everything.
Our
yo,
favorite comedians
anything, dude.
if they started their career today, they wouldn't
Of
be
course
who
not.
they
It's
are.
it's tough, dude. It's tough, and like that's why I received the highest compliment comedically ever the other day, and it was you remind me of Jim Carrey,
Wow.
and I was like,
That's great.
and it's not like the Jim Carrey smile or Jim Carrey. It's just
Jim Carrey.
physicality, and it's like man, because at the end of the day, when we strip it all down and we take it away, and you don't say a damn word. Physical comedy is always gonna be. It's like number one, dude. Like I mean,
It's
somebody
universal.
gets hit with a ball. Somebody gets hit with a
Doesn't
ball.
matter if
like,
you-
What, Jackass?
that's what it is.
Squad.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like you know what I mean. If that's what I gotta start doing, just getting hit in the face with a ball, dude. Like whatever. People
Some
get
Gallagher
angry at
stuff,
that,
man.
But I'll tell you what, someone gonna get angry at that too. Like
Yeah.
somebody's just pissed. People just wake up pissed, dude.
Miserable.
They wake up pissed.
Steven Crowder said it best. He's like, some people just, their head pops off the pillow with, what can I get offended by today?
I honestly like. It's like you think it's like I'm not joking. I've said the word without trying to, or I've said it indirect, but I'll say the word now. I haven't said hate in 4.5 years.
Huh.
Where I have erased it. It's gone. If I don't like something, I just don't like it. I just, cause it's like you gotta like find like you gotta find like there's power in words and a lot and it's, one thing is really cool, like if we were on a table right now and we had 5 words and we had to write down the definition for each word, we probably all like write like different things, you know what I mean? But like the ones that just really stand out, like I don't like H, like I don't say that, man, like that's gone. So now I go about my days, like in the beginning, like it was tough to where I would hear people, yo, it would pierce me. I'd be like, yo, like, why are you putting that energy on this, dude? Like,
It's crazy,
you,
man.
like, you hate chocolate ice cream? Really? Hate? Like, bro,
That means you wanna
really?
purge the world.
Really?
of
What are
it.
you gonna get a gun? Like, what are you gonna what are you gonna kill it? Like, what are you ancient? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, like I just do. So those little things, like, if you can erase like those like little personal battles, that will shift. I feel like it shifted my energy as a person, and it changed me, yo, completely. Like, sure, life sucks. Sure, I'm usually sad all the time because I'm a funny person. Because we're always secretly sad.
Yeah.
That's how we work. But dude, that little piece of mind there, you know, like I conquered a word. It's
It's
darn good,
interesting.
man. Yeah, something to think about. Something like stupid, like something like yeah.
I was gonna ask, how do you think that's changed your life?
It because I'm not that certain things have energy. Energy is every single
Put it into
thing
the universe,
that
it'll come
is.
back.
That's it, man. You can, I mean, karma's real. Sometimes your karma comes back, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes you'll get little bits and pieces, and it'll equal up to your karma eventually. Like, but like you just have to, like, if you can establish that base for yourself, or like, you know, there's literally your heart is just free from that. Like I feel like Goku. Like I feel like seriously, dude, I got punched in the face like
What?
3 weeks ago.
Hold on.
What? Yeah, so I was out.
You got to backpedal all the way with
So, all
this.
right, so I'm at, so people are angry and insecure and weird. So I go out, and this is gonna sound horrible, and I can't really tell the whole story because there's secrets involved.
Well, I mean, if you just use aliases.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
obviously.
So I go out. So I go out.
No, I mean, people have.
So my buddy
you
drops
know.
me off. So me and my buddy, we went out to a Talking Heads tribute, and I was like, yo, drop me off here. I'm gonna go meet a couple friends, and I'll get a lift home. Yeah. So I walk in, and I knew 2 of the people there, and one was a family member, and the other 2 were close friends, and they're in a booth. I'm there for half an hour, and I'm myself. And if I'm myself, like I'm having fun. And this individual was, oh, Ronnie, man, this guy loves me, dude. I mean, this is a cool guy. Like, I just met him, I know you, and like we're all having fun every half an hour. I didn't even want a beer. I was like, I'm fine. So we're sitting there, and they went and they were throwing axes. They went earlier in the day. They did axe throwing.
Mm-hmm.
And me being myself, physical comedy, I go, oh, you throwing axes, huh? Let me smell those hands. The girl next to me, I kind of just turn over, and I sniff. Oh, it smells like wood. So he's in front of me. I go, let me smell you. Yo, dude just clocked me in the face, and it was just, dude. I remember. First of all, it was so cool. I ate it. I ate the shit out of it. I ate it, just clean, just kind of like. I looked at him, and it's like I never. That's my person. I'm like, I've never been a fighter. I never had to. Like,
Wow.
Yeah.
I never had to because I just never put that energy out there to have that. And dude hit me, and I remember like I was hard in the super. Like, dude, like I was just got done the Goku Black stuff.
Oh,
Like, dude,
no.
I was in the tournament of power at this point. Like, I had like 7 episodes left. Like, I was pure of heart. And dude hits me, and I'm just like looking at him, and I didn't like know how to feel, and I just said, hey, you fucked up, right? And I was like, oh, I knew what to say. And then I was like, you know what? I just need to talk myself out. And all I did was I sat there, and I just made fun of him to his face, dude. Like, berated this individual. Just told him, when he wakes up tomorrow to be thankful it's not in the hospital and all this stuff because you don't know who you just hit, because you don't know what I've killed, and just had a great time. And then I say, I'll go one step further. I'm going to forgive you, and I'm going to shake your hand so you feel like a total asshole. Shook his hand, the whole deal. Long story short, they get awkward, they leave.
Ugh.
I order a Stella. I'm bleeding internally inside my face. Worst part about it is I handle it great.
Yeah.
I'm shaking. I'm ready to kill, but that's gone.
Right.
There's no H in my heart. I let it go. You're just an idiot who made a mistake. You're Kanye West who talked about slavery. That's what you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's done, and it's over. But guess what? My mouth was cut.
Ugh.
And it cut really big. It was on my canine, and then I had to go and get medicine, and I had to pay $80 out of pocket. So if you're listening right now, guy, I went at least $84 because I had to get mouthwash. I had to get something to numb it. I talk for a living. That's my job. And it was just my canine was just rubbing on an open sore inside my face because of your hands. Because you can't take a lumberjack joke.
It takes a bigger man, Ronnie, to turn the other cheek.
It takes a large man.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I mean, you're pretty mature about that decision, and everyone reacts differently in those kind of conversations. And whether he was drunk or not doesn't really factor into it. It's no excuse for you to haul off and hit somebody in the face.
But I'll tell you what, I know people that are just naturally angry that wouldn't even be able to even have that thought.
Oh, my
of-
little brother would have locked that guy up immediately.
Yeah, like, and you know what? Though?
Oh,
And you know what? Though? I like in that moment.
Alex?
I honestly God, I feel like I started to, but I stopped myself. But where people they can't, I'm trained. I'm trained to not get that angry, to not be that pissed off.
Yeah.
To just I don't get angry at you. I just get upset with you, not at with. Like, man, like you are just.
It's a disappointed parent.
Yeah, dude, I'm just disappointed. Like, man, like we are grown-ups.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the biggest idiot and I know, and I'm the grown-up in this situation. I think that hurts me more than anything with humans ever, is where I feel like I'm right. Because when I'm not around people, I always feel like I'm wrong. Like, I feel like I'm not, not good enough. And they're making mistakes.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, you guys are fucking up. I shouldn't be telling anybody what's right or what's wrong. I'm a meme maker.
It's definitely a very nuanced outlook that you have on that kind of like confrontation in social circles. You know, that's one way to deal with it, and that's a way that definitely your anger won't get control of you. You know.
Yeah, and then there's some people that they will take control of them, and then they'll get angry back at the wrong person, and then they get like shot or something like really stupid.
Yeah.
It's a terrible trickle down effect.
Yeah, and then that's it, man. It's just very
crazy
weird,
story.
very very weird. Yeah, so just know Goku is the reason. I'm not in jail. What if I killed him? I mean, look at these mitts.
Yeah, bro.
You know, and
He's
you
doing
know,
more than just
power up.
speed here.
Yeah.
Man.
Power up.
Oh,
I got this. I got a Masenko.
oh,
This-
hey,
I'm on
you
deck,
might just
you know what I
special
mean?
beam him.
I could've
Listen,
just
these
put
do
a
more
hole
than
right
make
through his
memes,
ass.
man.
Put a hole right through his ass. You know?
Real quick, I want you to. What were we about to say?
Go.
I'm sorry.
No, go. I was just talking about putting a hole through his ass.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I want you to circle back and answer the algorithm question
Oh,
about
yeah, go,
Instagram,
go,
just
go,
because
go.
Ryan wanted to hear it, and I'm also very curious
Okay,
about that too.
so Instagram is all. So Instagram sucks.
I agree.
It didn't used to,
No, it didn't.
and it did, and it.
Same thing with YouTube, bro.
And I'm not gonna.
Oh,
You know what's funny?
We'll talk about that. another
Just
time.
I don't want to get off topic. Like
Yeah, yeah.
when YouTube came out, I thought I was gonna be that person that loved YouTube videos and watched them, and then they just became so shitty so quick that I stopped watching them. Like it was just
Yeah.
like it was like, oh, let's everyone just try it, and like nothing was like fun. And then I don't think I like watched YouTube videos since. Like I just feel like a bad person. And then I tried to make some, and then I thought to myself, why would anybody watch this? It's a YouTube video. I feel like people don't care. Like if it's not a minute now, I really do. Like I feel like they need
The YouTube demographic,
they need a minute now. Yeah.
It changed from like people our age to now it's like pretty much like kids, like children.
Kids.
Twitching,
And it's all about-
twitching.
14-year-olds.
It's all about, clickbait titles. But now YouTube changed. Instead of being like short videos, now their algorithm changed where people are putting videos over 10 minutes so that they can hit the ad mark. So once it's at a certain like length, you're eligible for ads in your video.
Oh, is that why they did that?
Yeah, so that people can monetize
Oh
their
God,
videos.
we had a series 2
Nope.
years ago where we were doing like 11-minute long episodes,
Remember those.
the excerpts. Like, but I wouldn't think like honestly, I would maybe expect total out of the 12 episodes I did, 15 people watch. Like that's
Yeah.
just that's what it is. But like the same thing you create because you love it. So like I'm
So
creating.
Slosh
So right
did.
now I'm creating
That's what
against
this
I'm
is.
creating against the algorithm.
That's
Like and that's. So like when I got into Instagram, this was like a year and a half ago. When I first started doing shit, I was making pictures and I spent like 2 hours, 3 hours, and then my photos get like 37 likes. And then this guy Sean Speezy, like he reached out to me. He's like, "Yo, I'm in an engagement group. Do you want to be in it?" And I saw this guy's account. Like there were accounts that I would go and I'd find and I'd follow them and I'd see what they were like and I wanted to emulate because that's what you do. You want to be Allen Iverson so you can be better than Allen Iverson. That's
Right.
how it works. He puts me in a group. And it's like it's a pod is basically it. And how it used to work is, which was great, is we'd have say 10 people in there, and if I had a piece of art I put out, I'd post it on my thing. I'd post it in the pod, and everyone in the group would go on and engage it. They'd give me a like and a comment because then that will in turn bump up the algorithm, especially in a chronological order. That's just the way it was working for you. So some days, and even back then, like some days would hit, some days it wouldn't. And my crawl was slow, man. Like to 10,000 was a guaranteed year. A guaranteed year of just like I know for a fact. Like I posted every day, guaranteed for the last year and 3 months, like every single day. Like
Seriously?
there are
That's
900.
impressive.
There are 920 photos on my Instagram right now.
Whoa.
Wow.
And there are probably 100 of those that aren't art, that aren't anything I've done comedy wise. It's me in a Raider shirt because Oakland all day. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's me maybe doing a pickle talk video because I used to do them, but I'm gonna delete all that stuff off anyway because I'm just gonna start. I don't want to have 1,000 posts.
Real quick.
Go.
Like that is impressive that you post every single day.
Every day.
For how many years did you do that?
It's been a guaranteed year. Dude, like I was basically at the point where like I wasn't gonna kill myself because I don't believe in it. Like I just don't. But I was just like distraught, dude. Like I was in a rut. I was in a relationship. I was in a great one. It was with a great person, but I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel good. I had to leave it. I had to just kind of get just to like what made me happy. I just thought was like, I didn't know what it was, which is weird. So I put out like a status, like because that's what you do on the internet is in this awkward world. And it wasn't like I wouldn't say it was a cry for help, but it was like, like I'm in a point right now where I'm not happy. I was like, I know, what makes me happy, but it's not working. I don't think I'm doing it right. So I put out there like, hey guys, like, what makes you happy? And just what is it? Like, is it a little thing? Like, do you wake up and do you read? Do you drink 3 extra glasses of water? Like, what is it? And I got responses. My buddy Ryan Wagner, he reached out to me. He has a book coming out very soon, 4 to 6 weeks. Seriously, printed for syndication.
Cool.
What You Think You Can Become. It is fucking awesome. My friend is an established author. What You Think You Can Become. And it's basically he wrote it. A quick story on his life. Martial artist since he was 12 years old. Owns his own school. Very successful in Ben Salem. 200 plus students. Constantly growing. Constantly working. Constantly achieving. No one I know on the planet works harder than him.
Congrats.
So that's just fucking awesome. So to get back, I keep
The
doing
status.
this. So the status, I was upset. So he's like, he's established. He has his shit together. He pulls me in, and he has 3-4 friends that have businesses or have things going, and we all sat down and we talked. And the one girl brings snickerdoodles to the table, to the thing, and I was like,
You guys are physically meeting up.
we're
This is
meeting
on
up. Yeah,
Facebook.
he
Okay.
arranges this thing. Because this is what he
Yeah.
does. This is his character. This is
Yeah.
him as a person.
Right.
This is what he is. And he saw something was up, so we got together, and like I even made the joke like snickerdoodles. I was like, the hell is that? I didn't really know what it was. Never had one. I was like, oh, I kind of thought that was where you just heated up a Snickers and just drew pictures. I didn't know. So like we had the night, we had the night. And we just talked about it, and I thought, like, what is this thing? So I was out and I was done, improv, all that stuff, and I was like, what is it? It was really comedy. It's like, how do I do it? And I thought, like, let me just try to, let me get into it. I was like 29. I was like, yo, I'm gonna spend this whole year, and that's it, dude. And then like, I just like fell in love, and it wasn't like so much like with the engagement and the likes, but it got to the point where it was like it was to wake up and to create. And it's like, yo, what can I give? And it's like, and it partially sucks because the engagement sucks, because there was a span like around like my Littlefoot time where I was dropping pictures, and I'd be getting 5,000, 6,000 likes per each photo for an account with 10,000 likes, and that's really good. That's the algorithm playing its part. That's people helping, doing theirs. The pods, I'm in 5 different pods. I posted in 5 things. I get 7 different people to do it, and then fucking 3 people that see that like it, and then so it just blows up like that. It doesn't do it anymore, because I'll log on and I'll see something I'll put on my Instagram right now and see something from 2 days ago at 3:30 in the afternoon that is nothing, that was freaking from a hockey game that I don't even I follow hockey, but I don't even like the posts. I just like to watch them.
Right.
So it's like the game has changed. But he brought me in, and I realized that's what I'm gonna do, man. And like, yo, like it has just been consistent. And now it's like, now I say you have a fan base. I got like people. I got little spets. I got do you guys, you're a bunch of kids, and you're in England, and I didn't accept your group, but I saw that you have a message group with each other, and it's called Spetta Just Got Better, and it's you guys sharing memes and sending things to each other, and it's like some 14-year-old. I saw them like some 15-year-old kids from England, like just a group of them, and they like everything I do and
That's
everything
cool.
I make.
That's awesome.
And it's like, but yeah, and it's like, dude, like is it money right now in my pocket? No, like but some accounts pay me now. I do get paid. Like I get paid by one account, I won't say, but I get paid, to make weed photos. I'll get paid, but trying to get paid to start making sex toy photos. Like I'm just trying to, like, that's it. But like,
Yeah, man.
man, like to have that fan base to establish that, like to have those people, and there were times like another great thing is, especially if you guys want to work on your reach and your engagement, because you have to try to find new ways, and just having your Instagram, like your hashtags and stuff doesn't work. Like, man, like people that I know, like. I see they like my stuff. I send a message like, "Hey, yo, I noticed that you like everything I do. Like, you are appreciated." Or like,
That's
I'll
cool.
just go to like I love comic book art. Boss Logic is friggin' amazing.
Yeah.
And like I just send them messages all the time, and I don't think you read them, but it's okay. And it's like, fine, dude. Like that's what I do, man. Like that. It's all about that energy. Like I can't tell you how many times I will find an account or somebody's art, and I'm just quick to the DMs, and it's like, hey. I just found your stuff. Like, I just want to let you know, like, I think this is tremendous, especially this, or the way you did this, or your idea with this. And some people don't even respond. Some people do, and the next thing you know, they're your friends, and you're adding them to a group, and now you chat with them every single day.
Awesome.
And like, so that's like a really, really cool part of it. But like, we're all fighting right now. We're all fighting together to break the algorithm, and you can't, like, we can't crack it.
Yeah.
And I feel like the only people that are cracking it are people that are established right now. Like, I feel like if you have, you know, you're almost like you're 20, 25 plus K, to where like if you do something and you don't even really put, you know, hashtags on it, you're still going to get your natural engagement running through its groups. You know, I have mine on business right now, and I could show. I don't know. You have your stuff on the business when you do your things. It gives you your Instagram. It gives you your insights.
I have yet to
It
switch
shows you-
Andrewcast to
So
business
so
analytics.
do it. So
gotta
I
do
mean,
that.
the people say business is what gets it better. Some people saying it's off. Some people say private makes it work. Like, nobody knows how to crack Instagram.
Sure, that's
right
half
now.
the
Dude,
fun,
I
though.
swear to God.
I've seen private meme pages that are like close to like
They're millions. And that's what they'll do. They'll let people do it for every
Is
so
that why they're
often.
private
But
now?
but then, no, but you know what it is? A lot
So
of
it
these,
makes
Bill,
people
you understand?
add.
Like a lot of these people, like a lot of these big
see.
accounts, it's like one person.
Right.
Like, you know, they're like, say, like, you know, your top, say, you know, your top 3 weed accounts could all be run by the same dude. It was a lot of these people, like, you know, accounts like God, Satan. Like, these were, I think they were like kids that were like, you know, 16, 17, 15. I don't know this for a fact, and if I'm wrong about you guys, I'm sorry. But, you know, they were there when Instagram came out, and they're like, yo, is God available? Oh, shit. Oh, is Satan? Oh, shit. Like,
God.
super simple things that people are going to search right away, and then they just build it organically and naturally. Now, like, if you're coming in now, you're fighting. And it's like, I've been put into groups, like, where it's like outsiders will reach out to you, and they'll put me in groups that aren't original content, and it's like, yo, man, like, some of these guys are like scavengers. Like, they'll put in the group, like, LC real quick for a return. It's like, bro, if I'm in a group with you, and I know that I have to put in art, and you're gonna like it.
Real
if
quick,
you do
what's
it,
LC?
like and comment.
Oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, LC. It's like, you're really gonna put pressure on me, and like some people like, yo, man, I posted, you didn't like my shit. Like, bro, I'm working. Like, you know,
Right.
some people's like, it's like,
Give me
dude,
a
like-
minute, dude.
And that's the thing. Like these people, they're so, you know, and I kind of used to be that way in a sense, where it's like, yo, I love that engagement. To where now it's like, I get it, I understand it. If I post something, it's gonna get a guaranteed 100 likes most likely throughout a course of 2 days. But like, I'm proud of the work. I'm enjoying the time. The ideas are fun. The process is great. The excitement of what are the hashtags going to be, even though I know they're not going to hit the algorithm. Like, what funny things can I do? How is it going to be received? Like, which one of my main followers is going to message me about it, or this or that? Like, that shit right there, man. Like, yo, it's worth its weight in gold. And I think a lot of people lose sight of that, especially like that they do. Like, cause I did, and then I just realized, yo, it doesn't matter. Like, your followers doesn't matter. Like, cause I'll tell you what, like, I'd rather have 10 people that liked everything I did every single time than have 100 people that maybe looked at one post I did every week. Like, I know for a fact, like, I can literally go to my followers right now and point out, just by thinking off the top of my head, to start typing in their @, cause I see them every single day. Like, to those people out there, like, yo, I live for you. Like, I do. Like, I really do. Like, this, like, that's the whole everything. And of all, to even do comedy, to even because I wanted to be like famous, and like, it's really, and it probably sounds like stupid. It's like it's just comes back to Stevie Wonder, and it's like, why Stevie? Like, 'cause Stevie was like that one dude. It's like, he's like that beacon of hope dude. Like, he's like that God to me, like that shining light that like that he overcame all odds, and his message is always pure and positive, and it's love, and the music is untouchable, and the melodies and harmonies are timeless, and the feel he gives you is unlike anything else. You know what I mean? And it's like, yo, a person that lived his life, did all that, and he doesn't know, but he did it for me. You know what I mean? Like, and I more than anything, like, I don't care if the zillions don't come. I want to be that dude that, like, so there's a person out there right now that's like, yo, Spetta did this. Like, why can't I do this? Like, man, he did. Why don't I get in a video and do this? Like I want to be that. Like, I want to be that on a global scale, to where, like, you know, my words have actual weight. And like, that's why I thought, like, getting into comedy and like doing YCCPDB and dismantling and breaking it down. So like, you get on Ellen, and I get on Ellen, and Ellen's like, oh, so you do comedy? It's like, Ellen, honestly, no, the world is a piece of shit place. And I found out a way to finally talk to a lot of people, and we need to be better to each other. I don't like. It's like, wow, Ronnie, you're serious now. Like, yeah, I'm fucking serious, man. Because like a lot of the topics we talked about, a lot of the issues that we even brought up were just about how horrible people are to each other and like how horrible the world is. And it's like, why can't we take our little device that literally broadcasts us to the planet and make something good out of it? And it's like, and sure, like, I'm gonna start bad. It's the Kardashian method, dude. She had sex. Kim Kardashian had sex with Ray J. People probably don't even know that now. There are probably more
That's a good
people
point.
in her
Holy
fan
shit,
base
really good point.
that
That's a
do
really
not
good point.
know that she stooped Ray J and got to where she is. But I can guarantee you, I can show them the video
But they know
within
she's
10
famous. That's all
seconds.
they know.
And it is, and
And
it's
they
like,
don't know
and I'm
why.
not here to attack these people. I don't know these people personally, but when you see them and you see the position that they're in, man, I feel like they can be so much more. And like, yeah, they're still like role models for girls, you know, because they see them doing things and they have like their makeup lines and this and that. But like, man, there are like some women out there that like are really, really doing it. And like, there are people that really, really do it and they want to do it for others. And like, even my buddy Ryan that's his thing. He wants to see other people succeed. And like, I want to do that too. I want to see people laugh. I want to see people smile. I want to take my gift and let it grow and give you an opportunity to, in a turn, grow from yourself. Say you see something I make and it changes the way you laugh. It changes the way somebody thinks or feels about comedy, or now they look for messages and things and that. It's like, man, like, we have this gift, we have this opportunity, and like, some people don't relish it. Some people just want to take selfies, dude. And like, that's cool. But like,
circle.
I mean, yo, some people just want to take pictures of the button. Like, yo, that's great. Like, I love a nice burger, but like, how did you help me today? Like, it's I don't know. Like, is my comedy helping? Are my memes helping? I don't know. Maybe they help people understand. Cause maybe I see things a different way, and they could have felt a certain way about a situation and see the way that I perceive it and take a different light. Or like, say it's something bad and I took a joke and like, oh, you know, maybe I'm not that angry at this person or that, and I could help somebody maybe get through something or take something that's there. It's like, and it's like, it's really cool to think that with freaking Instagram, because I would have never did it with Facebook. I would have never been able to do it with YouTube. I certainly couldn't do it with Twitter. But with just visuals, that's it. Like, that's the thing. Like, that's how you get them now. It's just that 1 second visual, and then it's like, how can I take that and then give them more? And that's like once I hit that 50K, like, that's when we'll start getting into like the real serious like switch, the role reversal, where it's like, hey guys, like, just so you know, like, you can be a good person, and you know, you can save cats, the shit like that, where it's like, I'm not going out and saving them, but like, I can guarantee this, and quote me and have me sign it. But you know, when I do, because it's gonna happen, because I know my intentions are pure. When I do get the exposure I want, when I do become the person I want to be, when I do have the money that lets me move freely and create, and just say, you know what, dude, I think we're gonna go today to that place in Africa and help the kids. And it's like, I want to be that dude. Like, why the hell wouldn't anybody want to be that dude? Like, and it's like, you can, and I can still make memes every day and still be funny and still make jokes. But it's like, man, like, there's so much more. And I don't even think people are looking for more right now. People aren't even looking for what's happening in 2 weeks. Like, it's too far away. Like, it's just, that's the world we're in. It's just like surface, but it's like, yo, there's so much. Sorry for talking so much.
No, you're saying a lot of things I'm listening to.
Yeah,
man.
I just like, this is like,
Wisdom.
I just feel like this is, you know, I'm 31, you know, I'm a grown up. I've lived half a life.
More than less
You know,
than that,
exactly.
less than that.
You know, but it's like, you know, it's just, that's like the main thing. Like, and I see like, people can be the biggest and people can be the strongest and the fastest and have the most this or that, or it's like, bro, like, you could probably punch me in the head and kill me, but are you a better person? And then I have to ask myself, like, am I that good a person? No, there are so many things like I need to get better at, but it's like it's all part of the process. You gotta trust the process, and you just have to believe. Like, you have to have a core belief, and you have to go with it. And at the end of the day, like, if your shit is pure, you know what I mean? You know, God can't put on mind control, and it's not gonna work on me, because my shit is real. Like, you can't. It's not gonna deter me from what I want to be, and I'm gonna use whatever method I have to get there. And then when I do, you know, then I'll have my lip kit and change the world. You know what I mean? But until that time, like, you know, I'm just making stupid memes and hoping to God Ellen sees one of them.
So what's the end goal for you?
End goal, honestly, like, it's I kind of had like a phrase to myself, and I Two things. Three things. One, I think I'm losing my mind. Two, I constantly tell myself when I see things, I say, I wanted to be the best in the world, so I'm just gonna be it. So I think like every time I make like a picture, it's like I wanted to be the best at this. So it's like here I am. Like right now, like I think like sorry everybody, but I think in terms of quality, delivery, idea, presentation, thought, I feel like I'm like top 10 in the world right now. Like I feel like I don't think it's wrong. I don't think anyone should ever feel like they aren't. Like it's fair because like I put in the work to be there, and there are people that are naturally way more gifted, graphic artists than me. Because I was just a guy who downloaded Photoshop for free 10 years ago and secretly learned it at work during the day and made dick around photos, and then realized this is something I can do. And now I started a design business. And my website went live last night, so spettadesigns.com is the thing, yeah. And it just went live because I hit publish. Like I've had it for months, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like it's cool. Like the things are there, but it's like I just want to be great for everyone else, and obviously gonna be great for yourself. But like that end goal is to be that guy that's like that. If you don't think you can change the world, like you're fucking up. Like if you don't think one person can literally change the entire outlet, like Kanye West is changing the world right now. Okay. Rihanna is changing the world right now, and it's in their own cliques and their own like their networks and their areas or whatever. But it's like that it is because those kids and those people, they're influenced. Like I know Martin Lawrence changed my life. Mm-hmm. I love Martin Lawrence. That comedy is still with me. Like that is still Jim Carrey, Rob Williams. They change your life, and it's like. Why? I don't understand. Like, some people can literally see that. Everybody has an idol. Everybody has somebody. And you don't want to be that kind of person that can give something like that? Like, how selfish are we? Like, I just, maybe I'm being selfish for even saying that people are selfish. I don't know. But I just feel like nowadays, where we are, technology we have, everything's in front of us. We see what the world is. There's no wool on our eyes now. Like we had those years, from 15 to 23 or whatever, where it's like, oh, that's that. Oh, this is that. Oh, that's that. Oh, this is how this works. So now you know the world. Like, yeah, you're gonna have shit that happens or arises, but you know how it works. Like you get it. Like you know how people operate. You know what they're thinking. If you're at a four-way stop, you can already tell who's gonna go before you do and who's not gonna let you go, even though you were there first. Like you just see the shit. You just gauge it. Like so. Just I don't know. I just want to just be a guy at the end of the day that wakes up, creates something that he loves, gives it to people, and then lets them just take it and run with it. And one day, who knows? It might be videos or maybe like a kid show. Whatever. Wrote a couple kids' books. So like, there's just a million ways, and they're funny, but it's like it's positive. It's like there's a zillion ways to do it. And we can do them all, so why not just friggin' do them? So that's definitely where Sped is at right now, and this moment in time. Like literally, when I go here, I already know I have something I need to make, because I've had to make it before I left. I just knew I had this tonight, and that's just the way it is. It's constantly working. So yeah.
Going on the algorithm thing, I know that a lot of these social media platforms are starting to fix their algorithm because YouTube got called out for it. I don't know if you guys heard about this. You know how YouTube has the subscribe feature? Mm-hmm. Back in the day, you subscribe, and whenever you go on YouTube, the videos would be right there. Then they added the subscribe and notification. So whenever a video gets posted, notification you get sent directly to you. Well, it turns out that the notification's only sending to a quarter of the people that follow you, that subscribe to you. So PewDiePie, one of my favorite people, he has over 60 million subscribers, the highest on YouTube. His videos are ranging from 5 to 10 million views. Like you said, you have 11,000 followers, but only
it's only hitting what it wants to hit.
Yeah, and then YouTube finally realized that mistake, and they're like, "Oh, we have a lot of fixing to do because we didn't realize that it was to this scale."
Well, that's the thing Instagram changed it. Yeah, but I mean. I don't know what the hell's going on at Instagram or Facebook.
It went from chronological to most popular.
I don't know how the servers are working, and it wasn't working for them.
Who does? Besides
but I'll tell you what, it was working for us. Because I used to go on Instagram, and the most recent thing popped up, and that was it. Was just, and I knew I scrolled down, and if I saw when I saw before, I'm out of scroll.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, I'm
That's
out.
it.
So, and that's you get on there and you waste your 3 minutes, and then you're good. You know what I mean? To where now, like, you just get lost in the sauce, dude, because this shit is from 2 days
the
ago.
ads in there.
It's leaving on this,
Yeah.
the ads, the sponsors, and that's why, like, I have, that's why I was like, you don't know. I'm trying to get verified. Like, you don't know how to get verified. That's another thing, like, you're trying to figure out.
There's
like,
not a number that you hit.
I think it's
Yeah,
I
no,
think
10,000.
you
It's,
It's-
no,
yeah,
so
it's
so
10,000.
so that's what my buddy, he went to a seminar and they had this type of stuff. And that was some of the information they gave was 10,000. He's like, you should switch your thing to business. And I was like, because like even us, us mean people, we're like, if it's business, our engagement's only gonna work if we pay for it, because that's probably what they want us to do. But it's like it's worth a shot. So it's like now, like, but I'm not. When I was doing videos, I would post a video and I would pay $15 on it, just to see what it would do. And dude, it would do nothing. Like if I could do that, I could drop that same video now and not even put a hashtag on it, and it would get more engagement than it did. Like it's like so weird.
I tried that the other day with the
How it works.
Andrewcast video. I put 10 on.
You put 10 on it?
one of the Dragon Ball ones, and
Yeah.
I was just like, "What's the point?"
Yeah,
Man?
and
Did
you
nothing.
know what, it's
Nothing changed.
there's no point. Yeah, there's no
Basically.
point right now, and there's
Your
not.
hashtags, you're saying.
Yeah, it's hashtags, and you have your there's a certain allotment, and like it used to be that they would go on the first comment, but now you're kind of supposed to put them in the post. We think, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we don't know, and the Zuckerberg, he's not gonna tell us, man.
Yeah.
These guys
He's
by
got
the
his own
balls right now.
problems, Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like that's why it's like the same token. It's like, yo, I need someone to see me. Like I need that's like thing. Like if you have fucking Ellen, if just Ellen sees you. If Comedy Central, Funny or Die, it's like, yo, like they go to my body of work or they go to anyone's page and they scroll down. Like that's what I do. If I see someone I like I scroll down. The first 10 pictures are visually stunning. Like I'm gonna follow them and freaking tell them. Like I just like what why ain't no one? That's why I feel like why ain't no one found my shit? Like is my shit not good? And it's like maybe it's not. Like maybe I got to get better. Maybe I have to rework my jokes. Well, sometimes I'll take posts that I've done before, and I'll just redo them. I have all the Photoshop files. I just transferred my one PSD file or my PSD folder from a little hard drive I had. It's like 823 photos just in that. So it's like, dude, like the work, it's there, man. It's fucking there. Like just please, like somebody just give me some currency. let me help some lives.
Well, I mean,
you know?
that whole virality, whatever you'd call it, is lightning in a bottle. That's why companies, are dead set on trying to make a science and how to make that happen, and they're willing to pay through the nose to people who claim to know how to do that, man. I mean, that's the whole advertising campaign of as of late is just like these
Content is king, man.
right, these viral style videos, and companies are trying to do that whatever way they can, but in the end of the day, it's lightning in a bottle. When you have
Dude,
it, you gotta
I've
hang
eaten
on.
Arby's twice
Oh, you're gonna talk about Arby's?
because
ate
their
them.
social media
Okay,
game.
yeah.
Like
Oh, phenomenal.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I said, I probably had Arby's 10 times in my life,
Right.
but I've had it because of them
Yeah.
just doing something on social media. It's like,
So
maybe I'm gonna have
That
some
nerd
Arby's.
culture that
Right.
they
Yeah,
got
maybe
going
I'm gonna
on.
have some freaking
Acuna,
Arby's.
I'm not sure you're aware, and for people who don't know, Arby's, they committed to a demographic, basically.
Committed.
Got
Fully in.
100
Dude, they
Arby's,
are so
Arby's,
in.
the fast food restaurant.
They are so in.
So what they
They're
do is
hitting,
they
like,
take
the
a
GameStop demographic.
right.
man.
What they do is they take the cardboard that they use to package their food, and they shape it into video game and anime characters.
Really?
Yeah, specifically. I mean
Won't
that
even
is
say what it is. They'll say a quote from the game, movie, whatever.
Wow.
that's
and
the
then you're
vein.
Like, oh,
Sonic the Hedgehog, Final Fantasy, Studio Ghibli, One Piece, Dragon Ball Z,
They had a Mega Man X thing that
Mega
had
Man
me.
X.
Hi.
Yeah, anything like anime, Japanese, Arby's did it. I don't
This
know
is,
why.
go to Arby's right now. It's everything.
If you
Yeah,
go on
well,
Arby's
go to
Instagram,
go to
Twitter or Instagram.
dude,
or
go
whatever.
to Denny's Instagram.
They got something too.
Denny's Instagram is my Instagram.
I'm laughing because I have no idea.
Denny's, the
Denny's.
friggin' the Denstaurant,
place,
the,
right?
the place nobody likes to eat at because it's friggin' Denny's,
Yeah.
has an Instagram account that's better than. Sorry guys, almost every meme page I see. You know what I mean? Like they're
Or
friggin'.
What about
they're-
Wendy's putting
Acuna's
out
looking
that
at
rap
the
album?
Arby's Instagram
I
right now.
didn't see that.
You know
I
about that?
I don't know, man. I'm not. I try to stay up.
Wendy's put out a rap album that is embodying the current stage that rap music is currently in, with like like you said, like the lils,
Okay.
and like that sound, and it was 5 songs, and they were all diss tracks.
When they
And
dropped this?
last month, 2 months ago, every song was a diss track to Burger King, McDonald's, all the competitors.
Yeah.
Yo, okay,
Wendy's-
so
Wendy's Twitter-
I saw a picture, thought that was fake and a meme.
No,
like,
it was
whoa,
real.
what?
It was
Wendy's-
called Got Beef.
Wendy's
Okay.
Twitter is fire too, man. I remember
They
one
clap
girl
back.
tweeted at Wendy's. She said, "Can you find me the nearest McDonald's?" Did you guys see this?
Yeah, they clap.
And they tweeted back a picture of a trash can.
Dude, like I mean, yeah, but that's I mean, like even your basketball teams, like
Right.
these kids that are running these social media teams for the Sixers, and they're good, they're having fun, man. They're
And
fighting with each
kids.
other, and it is
And
they
they're
are
kids.
like they really are. Like it's like yo, like and they just understand it, and since they have like you don't even have to. It doesn't have to be that good, but if you have the platform, so many people are gonna see it that that's look at a lot of your shit that's out there like. People don't like Big Bang Theory. Like they just don't like it.
hate that
They don't.
show.
Like yo, but you don't understand.
God
But
damn, I
but I'll
hate
tell you
that
what.
show.
But I'll tell you what. If you watch an episode of it, if you watch an episode of it, you understand why it works,
Yeah.
why the demographic that it attacks eats it up, and why it's still wildly successful and has a friggin' spin-off. Like
making like 20
people
million
are
episodes.
Young
like, there's gonna
Sheldon.
be people that will put their nose up to it, but there's a lot of times there's gonna be more people that don't. And yo, they're just
Oh
gonna
fuck! I
just
used hate, didn't I?
Yeah, you
Oh god! I'm
pieces.
sorry.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, what did it do
I'm
to
sorry.
you, dude?
I just got
Did,
angry.
I'm sorry. Did you
Yeah,
wake
you-
up?
you
Did
did
you
get
wake
angry.
up with an episode of Big Bang on in the background, and you got confused? You turned your neck, and you hit your head on something, and you bled in the eye? Like I don't understand. You didn't.
Yeah.
So like, why are
may
you?
or may not have happened.
But that's what I'm saying. Like so like it works. Like your friends worked.
Yeah.
So
chips
you know,
down.
yeah,
Wow.
your demographic,
You just
man.
made me
like, yeah.
rethink my entire.
I'm telling you,
thought
like,
process of
just
Big Bang
if
Theory.
if you're at least putting something out there, like it's people are, everything has a chance, man. Everything has a chance. It's either gonna bang, or it's just not.
Everybody's got a playing piece to play with. That's the big thing, man. I mean,
Everybody.
You know, dude, you freaking, like you said, free Photoshop. Learned it at work.
Yeah.
Now,
Like and it's just like that's like and literally I used up until midway through last year. So I honestly up until like this whole entire year I've used nothing but the new Creative Cloud Adobe. I got that. I filmed a commercial with somebody.
Illustrator.
I have the entire cloud.
Okay.
So I have Illustrator, InDesign, everything.
After Effects.
After Effects. It's all there for me to play around with. And honestly, I have so much fun in Photoshop that I still don't. But I did a commercial for somebody. Like, he wanted me to act in his little thing. And he's like, I'll pay you. And I was just like talking about like just what I do. And he's like, I'll give you the Creative Cloud. I'll pay that. And you can just have access to that. And I was just like,
Wow.
dude,
That's
I'll
a
do
lot.
anything. So
That's
I've
a
had
lot
so
of
like
money, too.
yeah, but I literally like a lot of, especially my work, probably up until November, like I was almost solely using Photoshop 7.0. So that's basically the Microsoft Paint of Photoshop in my work, and like you can't felt like you couldn't even tell. Like it's just one great. So it's like it's there. Like the tools are right. It's literally right the hell there. And I can't tell you how many times like one thing is great about YouTube. I wanted to make a Jeopardy Jeopardy, and like on Jeopardy there are little bars, they fade right at the end. There's like this little fade, dude, and I don't know the name of it still, but I've Googled it twice now and learned it and done it in Photoshop. Like it's dude, it's right the hell there, man.
Right.
Like everything, like it's just and then another great thing is if it's not there, like if you can't do it, dude, somebody that can. And it's like it's so easy to get a hold of them.
find them. Yeah.
Like I could like
Fiverr.
just that or like even like think about like being a kid and like I was a kid like and Allen Iverson like was a god to me. Allen Iverson was a god. When I was a kid, Tim Brown, my favorite football player of all time, Raiders. Tim Brown is a god to me. You know what Tim Brown does now? Tim Brown likes when I send him messages. He hits like.
Oh,
when
wow.
I say, man, Tim Brown has a Hall of Fame jacket on, and I say, man, that jacket looks good on you, Tim.
Yeah.
Or there's a Raiders, Oakland Raiders, the actual Raiders posted a picture of Tim Brown, and it was him, and I put on there, I don't know, I put the reason I breathe silver and black, legend at Tim Brown,
nice.
and he liked it, dude.
You liked it.
Bro.
That's awesome.
He's there. You know what I'm gonna do to Tim? You know what I'm gonna do for Tim Brown, Tim? I pay attention to his job, to his exploits, to what he does. I look at what he posts. Say he's gonna be at an expo, and he posts the fucking flyer for it, and it's shitty. I'm gonna remake that flyer. I'm gonna send it to him. Yo, Tim, here's this. There's one girl. There's an Instagram model, big model. I just send her my photos, and she likes them. She'll repost them. So what I'm gonna do? Look at her business, see what she has going on. Da 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 da. Let me make an ad for her. Here, post this. This is better than everything you've been posting to this point. And if it goes through and she likes it and she posts it, that's great. If she doesn't matter. It's fucking there for you. Like, you can do it. I can do it with anybody. I send my shit to everybody. Like,
That's cool, man.
somebody's gonna open it. I could send it to Kobe, dude. Kobe could, like, that's the thing.
On
Like,
Reddit,
it's right there, man.
There's a restoration page Photoshop where people pay people just to fix up their
Yeah,
photos on Reddit.
Yeah, man.
My buddy was making big money from doing
That's
that.
okay. Then I'm going to that. Then I'm going to that thing. Yeah, like, it's just, there's so much there for us.
Yeah,
And it's like, I mean, it's so easy to get caught up in something else. Like,
totally.
but if you really find your passion and you really, then you start to feel guilty about those other things, and that's when you know, like, you made it, dude.
Right.
And like it takes away from you, but when you like I said, I'll feel guilty if I'm playing Switch, like, if it's not like 12:30 past, like, and I'm up at, like, if it's 7 p.m. and I'm playing Switch, I'm failing. I'm failing somebody. I'm failing that little boy out there and
The English fan club.
who knows, you know what I mean? I don't know. There could be some kid out there in Wisconsin right now who just
Yeah, but that shows that
loves
you're,
my
you're
memes.
You're pretty much a global act now.
I'm dude. I'm international. I'm internationally known.
Yeah,
No, I am. Like, I
Nice.
absolutely am. I do. Like, when I did the Salt Bay video, I posted on, like, I sent it to some one dude, and it blew up. Like, I didn't do anything for me, but it blew up, like, everywhere.
remember
So
the
like,
Sun News
so
one,
like,
yeah.
so like, there are like tons of people who have seen my face and probably know it, and that's like super cool, man. Like,
It's awesome.
but it's like, okay, but what am I doing with it? Like, how? Like, okay, so once you know my face, like, what am I gonna do with it? So that's like the next, obviously, the
thing.
next
That's the
step.
next step.
And that's like, and it's right there, man. Like, it's right there.
I just want to throw this out. It's
Go.
10 p.m. right now.
Oh, shit.
You have somewhere to be?
I am nowhere to be. So you
Okay,
guys are
I'm
talking,
just saying we've been going for
Okay.
3 hours, so we can keep going if you want,
Dude,
or
whatever, it's up
we
to
can
the guys.
we
It's
can
up to the
wrap
guys.
it up. I know you guys got work. I don't have work tomorrow, so
I
you
gotta
know,
work, but
yeah.
you know, we finish when we finish.
Let's, yeah. I mean, just start hitting your.
No
start hitting
pressure.
your,
Seriously, we could end
Nah,
it
dude,
now.
look, go to your list of, like, yo, what are these little things I want to touch on? Let's touch, and then let's bring it all home, and
Yeah.
and touch hands.
You guys have anything else that you want to discuss? I mean,
It was back on the, like you said, the like, now that you're becoming an international act and you want to get your exposure out there, and then you want to finally attack your goal. Are you also gonna? Because I remember when you first started, and I haven't been on. I only go on Twitter now. I haven't
Okay.
been on
Okay.
Instagram, Facebook in a while, and I want to know: are you still making the videos?
No, dude.
We
and,
go back to the videos.
Okay. Yes. Oh yeah.
I love the videos.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
love your
so
videos
the
too, man.
videos, but here's the deal.
the
like-
product reviews, dude, are so good.
Okay. So thank you for
My favorite one you did. I think this is like your second video. You were outside and you had your buddy and you're like I think you were chopping something. I forget what it was, but I'll have to find it.
I was chopping outside.
No, what was the one where you were in?
When I
lab,
was in the woods?
The lab coat one. That's
Oh, no, that's the dream paste.
Yeah, the
that's
dream
the
paste.
paste that you rub on your eyes. Yeah.
Sorry,
so-
that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah,
That's
so the
one.
dream paste,
Yeah.
I forget how it worked, but
That's the
basically
one.
it burns your eye.
It makes your eyes stay open.
No, it burns them. The pain is so excruciating that you pass out instantaneously. So that's what it was. But the worst thing when we filmed that video, a little backstory, dude. Ranch dressing to me is the worst thing on the planet.
Oh man.
And I didn't know what to make, so we put ranch and mayo on my eyes, dude. And I just felt so sick the
So
whole
the reaction
time.
was legitimate.
It was
I
pure.
remember you
Oh,
like,
dude,
"Oh."
it was horrible. Yeah, Dream Paste was great, dude. Dream
so
Paste, yeah.
Servicing.
Yeah. So yeah, the videos, I definitely want to bring them back. Talk to my buddy who I did a couple with. But it's like there's a lot of work that goes into it, and I shot them all on iPhone, and I'm gonna continue to do it because I like that. I like that feel to it. It's not professional because I'm not a professional film guy. Like I just make funny. I don't care. But nobody was watching them. It didn't have engagement. It didn't do anything. And I honestly felt like they were really good. Like I do. And I think it's again fair to say, like, I'm not going to put out work that I don't like, because
Yeah.
if I don't like it, then who the hell's going to like it?
No reason to do
Exactly.
that.
You know,
True.
why?
True.
But it's just like, it was almost like, why am I doing this? Like, I'm filming and I'm editing and I'm writing and I'm creating. And at that point, I wasn't in love with the process like I am now. Although I enjoyed it. Like, even I would, I'd take I would take scenes from Gremlins and put YCCPDB over it and have them Gizmo dancing a big old butt, and I put she got that butt in the scene in Ghostbusters when the toaster's going. Like like that was like I was like, man, maybe I'm gonna do this comedy, maybe I'm gonna do this. But then it's like it evolved to I realized like my bread and butter is it's what I'm good at. It's Photoshop. The idea is there. The pop culture references to take what exists, to make fun of it, to go from there. And it's like that's giving me this 10K to where it's like, yo, I can bring back YCCPDB. I can do videos again, and I'm not afraid to now promote them because 10,000 it's still 10,000 humans. And even if I only get that that 10% of it, I'm still getting 1,000 people that see it.
Yeah.
And at the time when I was doing them, I wasn't even getting 60. So it's like, yeah, maybe I'll come back. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, and then I was also like in a rut where a lot of and I unfollowed so many people,
Personally,
so
or?
many accounts where like they do videos, and it's like, I feel like every freaking account that was doing videos was like, oh, well, your hair gets wet, so this is a video about how true it is because
Right.
your hair is wet.
Or
I don't give a
it's
shit,
all like
dude.
the weird girlfriend ones. Like, I'm pranking my girlfriend. Like,
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
jeez,
like,
dude.
it's like, dude, like, no, like, give me
just
give me
relax.
something, like,
Yeah.
and I'm no sketch writer extraordinaire by any means, but like, dude, give me a dream paste, give me a fluid tube. Like, I
Right.
don't know if you saw a fluid tube. The fluid tube is
I think I saw
um,
this one.
so okay. So the movie Powder fucked me up, dude, when I was a little kid, right? And I only remember, you know that movie? You know what that movie is?
I feel
It's
I
like the
know
real
what
white dude. He's just like he's powder. Well, long story short.
Oh, yeah.
Long story short, this guy is just getting trashed. He's getting trashed. So he's out. So he's out with these hunters or whatever, and the hunter shoots a deer, dude. And this deer is like hurt. So Powder's got powers. Powder touches the deer, right? Touches the hunter. Hunter feels the deer's pain.
Dang.
My entire life, I thought, what if I had to piss? And I could touch someone, and my piss would transfer from him to him, and he could piss for me. So if he's like, yo, I'm going up to use the bathroom, like, can I get you anything? Like, could you piss for me? So I invented the fluid tube,
I think I remember this video.
and that was just a tube where you jam the tube directly into your stomach,
Okay, yeah, I
and
do
then
remember
you
this.
suck and you siphon
So
it out,
gross.
and then
So gross.
So you basically give, and then you get in nice stream and you give your potty to your friends, and then you just potty for your friends, and it was like very cute and fun and great. But it's like I feel like that's so much better than like when your girlfriend comes home at 4 a.m. and she's eating taquitos. I don't give a shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like people just get home and eat, and they're drunk.
There's no punchline to those either.
There's no punchline.
There's
And
zero punchline.
The punchline is when the words are shown.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's
Well,
what
the
it
punchline
is.
is like, this happens.
Oh yeah.
Totally hilarious.
When the club is jumping and everyone's jumping.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, I relate to this.
Yeah.
Cher.
That's
Oh
why
yeah.
I want to unfollow Worldstar, but they post stuff that I like. But like they post so much stuff I don't like. That's the problem.
I have unfollowed Worldstar.
I want to,
done it.
man.
And it's tough, dude. No,
I
it's tough.
can't
Because
do
It's
that.
not there
I'm
yet.
out of
Not
touch
there
now.
Ask me the last time I've been on World Star.
It makes me lose touch.
It's in my feed.
2013.
Yo,
That's crazy.
I tag
I haven't
Worldstar in
seen a
every
single
photo
video
I
of
do,
Worldstar.
dude.
Yeah, I
Every
don't-
photo.
You have to.
Especially like like a hood comedy photo where I use someone that's predominantly popular in African American culture. More so like if I'm doing Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
I'm tagging Worldstar.
Of course.
I'm not tagging Kevin Bacon, but I'm just saying. Worldstar, man, Worldstar is it's great. That's crazy, dude. I remember back when Worldstar was like, people would go to the Worldstar website.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? Do you know that?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, no. I used to watch the fight.
I
I
thought
did.
that's what we were talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, no,
Vine
it's
comps,
just
Vine
Instagram
comps,
now. I feel like I don't even know if it's still a website. Like I have no idea.
I
dude.
went on the other day.
Is it really?
I still watch the
Passed
fight
away last
comps.
year.
Oh,
Q
did he really?
Worldstar? Yeah,
Yeah.
Q
Fight
died.
comps, that's your thing, huh?
Oh,
I love
really?
the
Yeah.
fight
See, I
comps,
mean,
man.
like, I remember, like, I just think like you could like use Worldstar and like I remember like try to submit something to it. It's like, yeah, you have to pay like $7,500. I was just like, fucking
Really?
Worldstar. I was like, I thought this was just
Free
videos of just people yelling.
Yeah.
And now that's really all their Instagram is. It's just like
Yeah.
it's
Or-
videos of people yelling, butts.
But
And
a
it's-
toxic,
and it's-
a toxic personality.
It's whatever. Yeah, it's whatever
They-
the most toxic. Like there's like there was
Right.
some dude that would literally just go around and just like throw shit on the floor in
Yeah.
supermarket, and it's like, so
Boink.
you guys are just they're just going around and disrespecting people that have owned this. That guy that moved to America in 1946 and has had this shop, and then there's some piece of trash white kid.
1946.
There's some piece of trash white kid who's putting soda on his floor and sliding through it because it's funny, but it's not even remotely funny
No.
because you're probably just sticky.
clout chasers.
I just exactly. I don't.
Clout
Yeah,
chasers.
is that what it's called? Clout chasing? I don't know, dude. I
It's
I don't
dumb.
know, man. Like is it? We need a better breed of content. We need a better
Totally,
breed
man.
of.
We need
comedy.
something smart and has effort, and that's what you strive
That's
to do.
it.
Man.
And I actually had a kid send me a message when because I had a post and it was like I took a picture of me like inside the when you get into like 7-Eleven, you're like on the screen, it's like, oh shit, like that's me.
I saw that. Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm real. Like, cause I don't see me. I don't even know if I'm here right
this
now.
right
I
here
just see you
this
guys.
right here's a bit, by
You know
the
what I
way.
mean? Yeah, this is
'cause
all.
I
Yeah,
totally
this is all.
relate
Like,
to
that's
that.
the thing. Like, I don't see you guys. I don't see me. I mean, like, so it's like I see that's
Right.
like, oh shit, like, and like people, I don't know if they thought it was like, I'm like hurting. I was like, yeah, everybody's hurting. We're like some dude, like one guy said it great. He's like, dude, we're all hurting. We're comics. Like that's what it is. Like,
Right.
but he's like, man, like, let you know you appreciate. He's like, yo, because of you, I unfollowed like blah 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 accounts. And he's like, because that doesn't do it for me, and this, and he's like, and your stuff, and I'm just like,
It's a big compliment.
It's cool, man.
what?
awesome.
Like, yo, you're not following Daquan right now because you want to see what I can come up with? Like, even though he could take mine and post it, dude, that's where it's at, man. Like, it's where it's at.
cool.
It's right there. It's right there, dude. And it's like, that is worth its weight in gold. Just to have to be appreciated, to do what you love, and to be paid is dope. But to be appreciated to do what you love, that's just like scary cool. Like that's like almost like a nurse. Like if a nurse loves her job and she takes damn good care of a patient, and that patient, their family sends that nice card, and this person took care of me in my time of need. Person feels great. Like I'm not sure I'm not putting an IV in you, but I'm taking care of you in your time of need. You needed to laugh. That's why you went onto my page. That's why you went on Instagram to
Right.
get away from the world. That's why you sit there and look at the phone box. I mean, because what's outside the phone box is scary.
That's painfully true, man.
It
yeah.
is. It really is, dude. I mean, we all get lost in there. We all do.
A lot of us are trying to escape reality, dude, and that's the fastest way to do it.
Yeah, and what's funny? I keep but I also have like super anxiety. Like I don't even like myself. Like when people FaceTime me, I don't even put the phone on my face. Like I feel super uncomfortable.
Really?
And like I don't know why, but
Yeah.
it's like I was just like, and I was telling my friend, and she's like, I was like, yo, like I don't even want to exist anymore. Like I think I just want to be internet. Like, I think I just like.
Oh my
I said
god!
because
You said that?
because I was like I don't know, like I haven't been on the stage.
Watch Black Mirror, dude.
I was like I haven't been on the stage. Like what if I just become internet?
Watch
Like what if I
Black
just
Mirror,
exist
man.
there?
I finally watched that Nosedive episode, by the way.
Is Black Mirror that dope? Is it really?
It's pretty good. It's not as scary as people made it out to
I've
be,
talked
but it
about
makes
it like
you think.
60,000 times on this show. It's Twilight Zone with technology.
It makes you think.
Oh, Tech Night Zone.
Yeah,
whoa.
it's just like
Yeah.
technology Twilight Zone. That's
Okay,
what it is.
okay.
It's
So
just like things that
so horrifying, basically, is
could
the.
happen
Okay.
if it keeps going a certain way.
Alright, so guys, if I disappear, I'm just inside the computer.
Yeah,
I'll
well,
find
at
you,
least
man.
we'll know
I'll
where to
do it.
find you.
there.
I'll do it old Tron Flynn style, man.
Go ahead,
I'll
man,
get
come
scanned in.
Come
with
right
all,
in,
with
dude.
all the bits.
I'll tell you what, it'd be
I'll
dope
find
in
you
there.
on the
man.
light cycle,
Yeah,
man.
it'd be dope in there. It'd be fun. We'd be making memes. We'd be crafting memes. We'd be grabbing the pieces.
You'd be
It'd be so
listening
much
to-
easier to probably cut them out this way, as opposed to meticulously go. Like I can't. I probably spent.
This is crazy.
You see being a computer making means like equivalent to like making like a cut and paste type of thing.
Yeah, like I just want
Like
to be. I just want to
cutting
be in there,
scissors
dude. I've spent like a month of my life cropping in
Whoa.
the past year. You know what I mean? Just
Wow.
cropping. Like seriously, like not the past. I can say a whole month, but like, dude, I've spent 9 days of my life cropping people out,
Isn't that
and
crazy?
sadly, I've spent like 17. No, I spent like 40 hours of my life on just making fun of the Kardashians, and like, bro, I've spent like 100 hours making fun of Trump, and like, but that's what that was gonna happen anyway. I mean,
Right.
I couldn't wait for those memes,
Right.
but it's like, dude, like, yo, it's shit, dude. The time's there. Like, it's fun,
Yeah.
man. But yeah, when you really think about that, dude, like the cry, yeah, I've spent so much time zooming in on people. Like I know every feature of Bruce Willis's face. Like I know everything going on with Bruce Willis, right? I could go blind. And I could touch Bruce Willis's face, and I would know it was Bruce. Cause I've been so zoomed in, and also things are horrible. Like when you got to be zoomed in on a penis because you're making the penis jokes,
Right.
and you're zoomed in on some horrible things. Like today, I was zoomed in on a huge penis because
Why?
because I did the Kanye West head.
Oh,
and,
of course,
and I
of
wanted
course.
and I wanted to do because it's like what's going on in Kanye's head. So it's like MAGA and I had Trump, and then I had Yeezy. So it was him and Trump. And it's great because I used 2 photos I made last May of
Yeah.
them in rompers. Like it's great. Bang,
Yeah.
just dragged them right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Kanye as Jesus, so a little Mesus, and then I had Kim crying, and then it was up at the top, and then I had fish sticks, and then I had a
funny.
fish. And then I put a big penis on it, and I had to cut that penis had to be to perfection, had to have the right shape, had to make the balls.
Can Instagram have like a realistic penis on it?
Yeah, check it out. It's
Okay.
you can't even tell, but you can tell the fish has a penis, and it is a real penis.
All right.
But what I did is
See what you did.
I took the real penis and I laid it over the actual fish scales, and then I found my fish picture, and then I copied my fish, so I had the penis outline, and then just took that element, so I had a fish scale penis.
Right.
Perfectly shaped.
Sounds like
And then you just see a big old shooter just hanging off this gay fish at the top right. So like, and that's in there. So like, that's like a gay fish. And it's like, dude, like that joke, like it ain't even my joke, but it's like, you know what? Somebody's gonna see that. Somebody's gonna appreciate the hell out of
man.
that. And if I had to stare at some guy's shooter for 15 minutes because of it, like, sure, I wasn't great, but dude, like, there's one person out there, there's one kid, one girl, somebody that is seeing that right now and is appreciating the hell out of it. And dude, makes it all worth it. Makes it all staring down the barrel of that gun was all worth it, unfortunately, at the end of when it's all said and done.
That's amazing.
I feel like you can take this whole thing that you just described and turn into a bit. I feel like making memes in itself is like a stand-up routine, honestly, because a lot of people can relate to it.
Yeah, I mean, the memes are relatable. I mean, so yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, you just have to, like, that's some of the hardest things is like, how do I make it work for everybody? Because a lot of the jokes always work for me. It's why I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna make, like, let's say people give me ideas. Like, somebody wanted me to do The Bachelor and make a joke, and I said, I was like, I couldn't think. I was like, what's funny? And I was like kind of like stressing myself out. It's because they asked, and I wanted to be nice. And I was like, I was like, Benedict Bachelor. I was like, that would probably be funny. So I messaged her that. And she's like, wasn't really feeling it. So I'm like, oh, well, all right, sorry, And then, the same Bachelor the next day, there was the April Fool's, and he posted a photo of his wife and saying we're pregnant, and it was like a huge ordeal. So I was like, yo, how funny would it is if I photoshopped the wife posting him pregnant, saying he is, double the jokes, he's not pregnant, April Fool's, it's got this. And it's like, yo, I made that Bachelor. I finally made something for that person.
Right.
And I sent it to her, dude. And then she sends me back the next day, and she's like, I can't believe this didn't get more likes. This was so funny. I was like, you made this. Like, I didn't make this. Like, this is all your work. And I have that. I have one dude. He's a shit. I posted some photo. He, like, sent me a message. We just started talking. I was like, cool. Like, thank you. And then one day, every person that messages me, every single person that compliments me or says something to me, I always respond with, DM me. If you have an idea or if you want me to make fun of something, just tell me. Like, just give me the idea. One guy wanted, 6 months ago, he wanted What Happened to That Boy. The little froggy, he wanted that. And he's like, I want that. I want it with Birdman or something. I was like, all right, man. Then it was in the back. I emailed it to myself. And I always felt like a bad person because obviously everyone that asks me something, they see me making shit every single day. Something's coming out every day.
Right.
And then I finally, I made it, dude. And I sent it to him. And he was just like, oh, like, what the fuck? I was like, bro, tag your friends, dude. You made this shit. I didn't make this shit. And it's got Birdman on the news. And he's like, what happened to that boy? And it's got the little that boy coming in on a try. You know what I mean? But it's like a real screen grab. You know what I mean? I'm doing, what do you call them? Lower thirds?
Yeah, lower thirds.
Upper tops?
Yeah.
Middle larges? Center lefts, and I'm doing them all, man.
You know
and
your
it's
thing.
like, dude, like, and that's also like that part of the process. It's like, it's like, fuck, like to have someone that's like, yo, I think you can do this, and then I do it, and I send it to them, and they're like, I was like, yeah, dude, thank you, because I wouldn't have done this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have never had this idea. I've got at least 15 pictures that are not my idea, where people that are just like, hey, like, can you do this? And it's like, oh yeah, man, hell yeah, it's awesome. So
That's
it's like,
awesome,
yeah,
man.
I made friends, made internet friends that I may never meet.
That's amazing.
So
I think with that, we've covered a lot, man.
just a lot of nonsense, dude.
Not really, dude. It's first off, I mean, one thing I want to say before closing the show is I just want to thank you for coming on. First off,
You're absolutely welcome.
secondly, thank you for your honesty, man.
Absolutely,
you're
dude.
very honest about pretty much your thought process and everything, and like, I've known you since like 2007.
Yeah,
man,
long
and,
time, long
dude,
time.
You've made me laugh so hard, bro. Like, Aunt told me a story about you one time that I thought about the other day, just randomly. And it made me
I
laugh.
can only imagine.
Real quick before we end the episode, so Aunt told me that you guys used to watch Jimmy Neutron every day together after school.
Okay.
And then there's one episode that used to come on like every single time, and it got you so pissed that it would come on. And you told Aunt, you're like, if the bowling episode comes on or whatever.
Yeah, when it came on,
whatever
yeah, and it
episode,
came on once I
No,
said it, dude.
But
Yeah.
the condition was I'm gonna beat you up, and like, Aunt was like scared, and the episode came on, and you start punching him.
I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's
But-
it was constant. It was constant.
Yeah,
That
but-
freaking bone episode.
I just want to say, or whatever it was, but you're naturally a funny person, man.
Thank you.
And I really think, in my opinion anyways, looking at you and your life, dude, you're doing what you were born to do, essentially,
Thanks,
which is to
man.
make
I really
people laugh
appreciate that.
and to spread sunshine, man.
I
For
really- I
real,
really
dude.
do.
I love having your input. I love having you talk. I want you on the show again.
And the wisdom, dude. Wisdom.
Yeah, man, you're
Yeah,
dropping
weird wisdom.
straight
Wow.
knowledge.
actually,
when you
said
you-
that thing. Oh, go ahead.
When you were talking when all of us were just
Oh, yeah, I'm
fixated
dead.
on you.
Yeah, dude.
And you were just giving us like real life, advice and
Well, something that really struck out to me was how you were saying that you do this for the people that really care about your work, and how when people DM you thanking you for what you do, you really enjoy that. I told Andrew when I started to join the show and I started to do these things. This kid I knew from high school reached out to me and was just like, "Hey, like I've been really into podcasts for like the past year or two. I watch probably like 10 hours a week. I looked at what you did and I was actually pretty impressed. Like, keep it up, man. Like, and seriously, Derek, if you ever watch this again, I'm not sure if you even look at the episodes anymore, but just the fact that you even said the one time, man, like that really meant the world to me.
It is, and it's like, because we're taking our time, dude, and like that's the most important thing, like you have, and that's why I say you do feel guilty. I find myself like, what am I doing? Then it's like, oh, I'm 30. It's like, I work in healthcare, so I'm not a nurse, but I literally see patients. I see their dates of birth.
Wait, what are you doing in healthcare?
Like I sit behind a desk. I send nurses to take care of people. It's really cool. I talk to people all day. I'm constantly myself. When I talk to a company, it's like I'm talking to you. It's
Yeah.
cool. Like,
He works.
it's great.
He works in that kind of
and-
industry as
and
well.
Yeah, it was interesting. Yeah.
But you see, like I said, man, like I see patients come over, and I don't read their diagnosis. I don't want to get into their life, but I just look at their date of birth, and I do it every day because I type it on, and I get close to the numbers, and it's like, yo, like, do we run out of time? Do you just get sick? Does it just stop? Like, what the hell? Like, and like lately, I even said to my boss, like, yo, I've been thinking so much about death lately, like every day, and it's not like I'm like afraid of a death. It's just like, yo, like, not am I ready to die, but like, am I doing enough? Am I really taking advantage of this fucking gift?
It's kind of surreal, man.
And it's like crazy. And I made the joke, and this is horrible. So obviously, you have your fuck, marry, kills.
yeah.
And let's end it with this because this is horrible. But I said to him, and it made me think about life. I was like, dude, would you rather get a blowjob from this person, like a horrible person, but it's top, every day for the next 30 years, top every day. Close your eyes. It's don't pop, top of the notch top. I was like, or I'll give you 50 grand cash right now, but you die when you're 50.
Ooh.
And it's just like, but it's like, dude, it's like, yo, I could have top till I'm 89.
Sounds fucking great.
I could get peace till I'm 89. And then it's like, yo, it's not fit. And then in that moment, it's like, yo, this ends? Like, I can't get top for 10 million years? This shit ends? Are we doing enough with this time? Are we getting top till our 90s? We need top. We need top. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying to you, man. Like,
the
there's so
Eric
much,
Wareheim
man. There's so much.
explosion.
There's so much here for us, dude. And there is so much that we can give. And you don't even literally. You don't have to physically have. I'm physically giving. I'm not giving you anything. Like, it's here. Like, I put it out there, but like, we have so much you can give without even actually handing you anything, or just by talking. Maybe you don't say hate anymore.
Honestly,
Like,
you made me think about
Because you
that.
said you thought, but that's
No
the thing.
pressure. I mean, it's for each their own.
And I'm
Each
not
their
trying
own.
to say, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I've had like probably like 6, 7 people that have like just not done it. Like, and it's just like, it's not like, I'm not like saying this is the church of me, but I'm just saying like, yo, it helped.
I see you.
So like, why can't we?
Like,
and that's it.
seriously, I didn't stop myself when I talked about Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Just because like I didn't want to offend you. Like, I really thought about what you said, and I was like, wow.
You're
like,
angry
I
at a
actually-
show.
I actually just used that strong word towards the show that I dislike.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
That has never done a thing, because if you never watch an episode, you wouldn't even know you didn't care about it.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
You're right,
what? And guess what? Somebody out there, they love it.
You're right. You're
love
right.
it,
They
you
live
know?
for it.
And that's, so, but then again, people use that word a little too much too. You know what I mean? That's also, that is like, back when I was a kid, that was like the thing, man. Like, that was like, I would think like, now it's like, oh God, like if someone tells you love you, it's like, well, do you though, bro? Like, do you, ma? Like, what's up, girl? Like, do you really?
I was gonna say that earlier.
much.
It's conversely true for love.
It
you
is.
know?
It's absolutely true, dude. And it's like when I use the word, and this is another thing I've always done, I always capitalize it. Even in my sentences, if you look at my memes when I use it, if it's in the middle of a sentence, I always capitalize it. Because I feel like it's that thing. I feel like it's it's the number one. Like, obviously your energy is everything, but like what's the most powerful energy there is? It's love. It's if you put love into anything, like that's the what can you give something more than giving it all your love? Like you can't. It's physically you can't give more than all your love.
True, man.
So it's like, yo, capitalize the shit out of that word, dude.
Biblical,
Like, please, like, and I've had someone went on a meme, and they're like, you're not supposed to capitalize that there, and I said, I know, but I do it anyway, because like that word has crazy weight, like stupid crazy weight,
For
like,
sure.
and I think like that's like. That's the main thing that's the only thing that will actually fix the world ever. And it's not like you always have to walk around like hippies and be in like 60s love,
Yeah.
but it really has to be like just love and appreciation and understanding and seeing that if I walked down the street and I didn't know you, you could either killed 50 people or you could have had the worst life in the world, dude.
Right.
But it is what it is. Like, you have no idea. Like, so just take that good energy and just give it to somebody and just fucking pass it on and just share it, because like, people are hurting, man. You don't even know. And like the best thing you could ever give someone is that affection, that time,
For sure,
that
dude.
smile, that energy, that coolness, that ability to care. And it was just like that, like, yeah, that's it. So yeah, less H,
More L.
more L, yeah, more L.
Capital
And
L.
that's I'm gonna just leave it at that. 'cause That's how it
cool,
goes.
man.
So thank you, Stevie Wonder. Thank you, Marvin Gaye. Thank you, Luther Vandross. Thank you, Maurice White. Thank you, Prince, Rogers Nelson. Thank you, Michael Jackson. Thank you, Quincy Jones.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Curtis Mayfield. Thank you, Marcus Miller, greatest bassist I've ever heard. Thank you all. I'm not going to keep going, but thank you to all my soul music heroes. Because if that wasn't for like soul music, I don't think I would care as much to give people as I do now because of soul.
Soul is awesome,
That's
man.
it. So yeah.
Real
soul
quick,
music, go.
plug all the accounts, man. The design account
All right,
too.
so check it out, dude. It is Spettacomedy, and that's Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter, and then Spetta Designs, and that's just right now it's Facebook and it's Instagram. I just put it out. It's got a post,
Dope.
and it's what is it else on? Oh, website, real websites, because they're a thing.
Spettacomedy.com.
Yeah, dude, I will make. My dream is to. I've been doing it a lot lately. Is just if you have an idea, if you want to create something, you want to bring it to life, I'd love to help you, and I'd love to make your vision come true, so you can do your thing and influence others and enjoy that. So, but
Sweet.
yeah, thank you
Awesome.
guys. Thank
Yeah,
you,
no
everybody.
problem.
It was an absolute
you.
freaking pleasure, man.
Yo, everyone, thank you for watching episode 29 of Andrewcast. We are signing off. Check out everything Spetta. We'll see you next time. Masengo!